to Sunset Speedway. We've got 2 rounds to go here in the APC Late Model Series, and what a season it's been. And this guy we're going to talk to has been leading most of the year, Josh. You know, you got 2 races to go. How do you feel about this place?
Oh, I love this place. Yeah, we've got 3 big wins here this year. The first APC opener, and then we got the Junior Hanley Classic and the Steve Slaughter Classic. So I love coming to Sunset. I'm comfortable right now. I need a little bit more out of the car, but we're working hard, and hopefully we can be there. 150 laps is a big race.
Are we going for wins or points racing tonight?
We're out here to win. I mean, that's what us race car drivers do. So if you're winning races, the points will figure themselves out. So ultimately, not knowing what the status of the Speedway is going to be next year, it'd be pretty cool to win the last one here if that's the case.
150 tonight, an extra 50 laps. How does that change your strategy here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's going to be pretty comparable to my mindset last year. Not going to talk too much about that, but yeah, I think I'm gonna probably do exactly what I did last year and have a good time.
All right, guys, there's Josh Jotty. He's our point leader. Let's go over to Jamie Maudsley now, who's standing by with Dale Shaw.
Well, we're not going to have a chance to talk to Kyle Steckley. He's practicing at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park right now. He'll be on his way shortly, but we do have 3rd place in points, Dale Shaw. You're back in the title contention, and 9 years almost to the day from the time you won that last one to get back to victory lane. Obviously, it must have felt good.
Yeah, it was a really good day. It's you know, it's always better to be lucky than good, but we were good. We were right there. We were in position to pounce, and you know, just hit a good restart, and luck it kind of came our way there. But really good race car. Had the 2nd best race car in the province, and you know, can't complain about that.
What do you got planned here tonight at Sunset? You've run well here before.
Yeah, it should be good. Track's always a little different in APCs here with all the extra rubber everybody puts on the racetrack. Gonna cool down tonight, so track's gonna tighten up. You always kill right rear tires here, so basically just flip a coin and hope you guess right.
A couple years ago, big strategy with a longer race, 150 laps tonight. What's the plan?
There's not a ton of strategy in this deal because we don't have any tires put on. So basically just save the right rear tire. Don't abuse it. Find a good place to ride. And then, but you got to be up near the front with about 50 to go and be there, be able to pounce at the end. So hope everybody else burns the right rear up and hope you're in the right spot come end of the race.
Inaugural series champ Dale Shaw. We'll throw it back to Clinton.
Thanks, Jamie. The action here at Sunset is always amazing, and the weather has come to town tonight. Get ready, everybody, because we're going to have a fantastic night here. Only 2 races to go in the ABC Late Model Series.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Step into the fast lane with the Race of Champions Modified Series, only on RacingAmerica.tv. The best drivers, the wildest races, and non-stop action are here, bringing the heat to short tracks all through New York and the Northeast. From nail-biting finishes to fierce rivalries, this is modified racing at its best. Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Watch the Race of Champions family of series all year long, only on Racing America. Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordele Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today. Calling all race fans. We have launched a new travel site where the race fans can enjoy free savings and upgrades on all of their travel needs. RacerTravel.com is free to join and unlocks unpublished bookings and rates for our racing community. Up to 50% off on more than 1 million rooms across the US and Canada with unpublished discounts on hotel bookings. Unlock a hidden selection of hotels and rates that cater to your travel preferences. Whether you're heading out to the track as a competitor, fan, or anything in between, use Racer Travel for all your race, business, and vacation travel needs. Welcome to the home of all race fans, Racing America, live short track racing.
Looking for the green flag, and the Snowball Derby is underway.
Exclusive NASCAR Cup team content.
Enjoy competing with your teammates.
We already know.
Behind the scenes access.
Great car, puts on a great show. I'm excited about it.
Claim your front row seat to watch the excitement.
Mission accomplished.
And drama.
Car lifts up in the air.
From grassroots to NASCAR. Join us at the home for race fans everywhere.
You're watching Racing America right here on Racing America.
Racing America. It's in our DNA.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome back to Sunset Speedway. The Castrol presents the APC Late Model Tour, the Stewart Kubota 150 here at Sunset Speedway, qualifying just finishing up for the local Superstock class. They're putting their final laps together. There you see Paul Maltese, one of the Dayco Superstock drivers. 150 laps tonight for the Stewart's Equipment Kubota 150. Jamie Mosley on RacingAmerica.tv. Adam Ross en route. Brandon Doherty joining me in the tower. And Clinton Jeffries is trackside. 150 laps of late model action coming up here tonight at Sauble Speedway. And Brandon, qualifying just wrapping up for the Superstocks. A pretty good field of cars here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, solid field all the way through. I mean, we've got feature winners from front to back in this division here today. Champions of different series. Dan Hahn on track now in the 42 machine, making his first start of the Superstock season. Multi-time feature winner this year with the Can-Am Midgets. Multi-time series champion out there as well. Has retooled this car on the off-season and through the majority of 2025. Making his debut today, the TireDepot.ca 42 machine. Connor Maltese on track as well. The Presto Appliance Repair Awesome Racewear 23 machine. Maltese a regular here at Sunset Speedway regular, as well as chasing the Dayco Superstock standings across the province of Ontario.
And so far here in qualifying, number one qualifier, speaking of Stewart's Equipment and Kubota, it is Sean Chenoweth atop the board. He has Stewart's Equipment and Kubota on that vehicle. Of course, a couple of big important milestones for those companies this year. 70th anniversary for the Stewart's Equipment brand. If you are a farmer, that's definitely the company you want to call, Stewart Farming Equipment. And of course, the 50th year in Canada for the Kubota brand, a proud sponsor of Canadian motorsports. So great to see those two companies involved, and great to see their driver in their night sponsor be at the top of the board. Sean Chenoweth with 89C getting double duty in here tonight.
I mean, that I don't want to say it's a surprise, but I mean, Chenoweth, that super stock, every time he's broken out this year, hasn't been the Sean Chenoweth of 2024, but right now, that car back at home where it feels best at Sunset Speedway. He came out here every time with that super stock last year and ended up in Ideal Supply Napa Auto Parts victory lane at the end of the night. So
one of my favorite racing lines of all time. A couple of years ago, Jordan had the chance to interview Sean Chenoweth. It was a doubleheader at Delaware. He was racing the Dayco Super Stocks, racing the late model later on that night. Jordan says, "How do you prepare for it?" Sean Chenoweth's exact words: "We went to the gym this morning." He said, "I looked in the windows." That was it. Done. But he's definitely in race shape, that's for sure.
I mean,
there's no problem him doing 200 laps here tonight. And even Tony Stewart will tell you, I mean, race shape's a little different than in shape.
Yeah, I mean, 220 laps going to be the mark tonight. 150 with the late model, 70 with the super stock. A big night for Sean Chenoweth with that Stewart's Equipment super stock, as well as his London Recreational Racing late model as well. So, and he was pretty quick in practice with the late model. And Chenoweth is one of those guys. As late models are, I believe, next to come up for their group qualifying session. So I was second practice up in turn 2. Chenoweth, when the 10 laps were up, he wouldn't head back to the pit area. He hung that immediate left, swung back down the make ready chute, and got back in for the next practice session. If there's someone that was in there for the long run and wanted to see what his car was going to do lap after lap, he had to have done it about 3 or 4 times. So he probably put together 30 or 40 laps in a row consistent with that 89C machine.
So again, we're here at Sunset Speedway, Innisfil, Ontario, about 45 minutes north of Toronto, 15 minutes south of Barrie. If I've got my GPS directions right.
I mean, it's today might have been a little longer with the 400 traffic headed north. Tomorrow you don't want to go tomorrow Monday you don't want to go south.
So of course this is race number 2 of the NTN Triple Crown Series. Started a few years ago. 3 long-distance races. Event number 2 here today. September 27th, we will wrap up both the APC Late Model Series as well as the Triple Crown. On the Friday the 26th, we're going to wrap up the Dayco Series as well. Big weekend. Final race of the year, Delaware Speedway for the Great Canadian Weekend. This is, of course, the second last event for the late models. Dayco Super Stocks got rained out last week at Sauble Speedway. We got the late models in. It was turned out to be a Sunday show. Late drive home from Sauble on a Sunday, I'll tell you.
And it's not like this weekend. There ain't no holiday Monday when you got to drag yourself to work on Monday. That's not a lot of fun.
No, definitely not. I tell you, the older I get, the longer it takes on the Sunday to recover from those long drive homes on Saturday. But anyways,
late models working their way out. Well, I got a quick second. Just want to give a shout out. The second Innisfil Scout Troop is here. They are doing the 50-50 night. You'll see them in front of the grandstand. Wave them down. Make sure you get those 50-50 tickets. Support the Scouts. They are looking to help fund some of their trips. They'll be loving them. Some going to Switzerland next year. So that is what they're looking to do. Raise money and help send a bunch of Scouts over to Europe for their summer trip next summer and make some memories. So help out the Scouts if you can here tonight.
There you just saw our winner last time out, Dale Shaw. There's Brian Mercer, Jacob Mercer's dad.
Crew members working their way across, strutting themselves to the infield.
Should be some kind of shuttle.
I mean, when you're strutting like Brandon Johnson, that's, you don't need a shuttle at that point.
There you see Jake Sheridan. Jake comes into tonight 4th in points. He was...
I think it's 21 points separating the top 5 coming in to tonight, which is absolutely wild.
Yeah, Jake, he had a rough go of it last go at Sunset, or at Sauble, last weekend. There you see the point standings, 418 for Stoddy. Kyle Steckley, 6th back. Dale Shaw, 11th back. And how about that, almost 9 years to the day between victories for inaugural champ Dale Shaw. There you see Jake Sheridan and Josh Stoddy, 3 career victories to his name, 2 of them coming here at Sunset Speedway. So even though Sauble's the quote home track,
yep.
He's got 2 of his 3 career victories, including the season opener here this year. Ironic stat, for as many races as Kyle Steckley has won in his APC career, has yet to win here at Sunset Speedway.
And he's got that deficit to come through again to Steckley tonight, as he's got Jordan House qualifying the 22 car here this afternoon. Much like we did back for the Dayco 100 back in the spring, NASCAR Canada duties, has Steckley out at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
And we'll throw it down to Clint. He's got Corey McAllister, driver of the 2-Speed Motorsports 71 on pit side.
Corey, big night for you here, 150 laps. How does that change your outlook here from a regular 100 tonight?
Just car conservation, that's the big thing. You want to keep that right rear on it, and I think we're going to have a pretty good piece here for the long run.
Corey, big night for the NTN. What does it mean to have NTN on this car? They're big supporters of all the stuff we've got going on here. What a great partnership with Paul Mio and his staff.
Yeah, right from the racetrack to business and everything else. Caldecott Millwrights, 2-Speed Motorsports, and NTN, they're a great partner, and we work back and forth. And I can't thank everybody at NTN enough for the continued support.
Good luck tonight, Corey.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Corey McAllister rolling off the 71 here. We'll get ready. I'm going to jump in with Trayton here just because he's standing right beside me. You know, that's your problem, Trayton. You stumble into it. Trayton back here in the Glenn Steyer's racing machine tonight. How do you feel about 150 laps tonight?
I feel pretty good about it. You know, the big thing's going to be saving the tires there for at the end of the race. So I think we got a good piece. You know, we'll just pace ourselves and hopefully end up in victory lane at the end of 150 laps.
Right on. Well, good luck to Trayton here, guys. We'll send it back to you as these guys get ready to take off for time trials here coming up shortly.
Here you see Kendra Adams should be the first one to roll in group number 1. Other former winners here at Sunset Speedway on the APC Tour. Of course, the winner of our season opener back in 2024, Junior Farley.
I got another story developing here, if I didn't cut you off there.
Yep.
Jordan House. Jordan, you're just time trialing this car for Steckley here. Kind of a big assignment. How does that make you feel when you get the call for something like this?
It always feels good. I've driven a few cars for a couple other people, but getting called by the 22 team is definitely up there. It's the best opportunity I've gotten. I'll say that much. These guys, they really know what they're doing. Kyle's really good. The whole team's awesome to work with. So you're hopping into a car that's at the top of its game right now, so there's a lot of pressure, but hopefully we got good for Kyle.
You know, Kyle's over at CTMP working his way back here right now to have you had any contact with him? Have you given him any input on what you think this 22 is going to give him tonight?
Yeah, we've talked probably 3 or 4 times today, back and forth about different setup ideas to get it closer for his feel. Luckily, we were able to go out and test, so we know the differences between the two of us, and that's what we worked on all day, just getting it good for him.
All right, good luck. Jordan House here, guys, going to time trial this one for Kyle Steckley.
Jordan House, another former winner here at Sunset Speedway.
Current points leader at Sunset in our weekly late model division. Talked to Jordan this afternoon, and they actually came out here with Kyle with that 22 car. They had themselves a test session a few weeks ago. There is some differences between what Jordan normally runs. Jordan runs an older Jeff Hanley chassis redone by Brian McDonald versus the new Port City Phase 2 car the Steckley has, and some differences in driving style. So Jordan's had to adjust and really working this time on focusing on how the car feels for Kyle when he gets here. Last time they made some adjustments that the car didn't react the way they wanted it to, so they've done some efforts to change that car around, and those two communicating back and forth and really focusing on what Kyle's looking for in the car versus how Jordan normally is used to his McMaster Buick GMC number 8 machine on a normal Saturday night here at Sunset.
Guys, I got Dale Shaw here. Dale, you know, you're going for 3 in a row. You won your last race here at Sunset. You won the last APC race. How do you feel about the triple threat tonight?
Yeah, it should be good. I think the track's the big question mark. Kind of what happens as it cools down here tonight, but should be good. See what happens here at qualifying, and got to be there at the end, right?
All right, we'll watch for Dale Shaw, guys. They're getting ready to go up here. Everybody's getting their final preparations in, and we'll be sending them out here in just a moment.
Dale's a former winner here at Sunset Speedway 2016. Other former winners in the field tonight. Joe Lawrence, who was victorious 2021. That was a memorable one. Him and Brendan Watson coming to the checkered flag.
One of them drove away. One of them did not.
And another former winner. Well, let's go back to the very inaugural race of the APC series here at Sunset Speedway. Dwayne Baker going to victory lane in race number 1 on tour. Dwayne in the house here tonight.
Yeah, so I talked to, just following up what Dale said to Clinton there. So he feels the track has changed vastly, even from last Saturday when he was here racing. A lot more rubber on the track. We did have some rain up here on Thursday, which is probably about the first time we've had a full day of rain to really wash the racing surface in some time. So now with the track taking rubber again, he says he's felt it about a tenth faster than what they are normally on a Saturday night, just on tires alone through practice this afternoon, but it didn't feel as comfortable. So a lot of these drivers trying to find that comfortable feeling in the track as things have changed with the weather and cooler temperatures than we've been used to all summer. Basically since May. We've had temperatures in the 30s and 40s for the most part racing on Saturdays since the end of May when it was very cool for that first month back here for the Dayco 100 back part of the May 2-4 long weekend. It was, I think, about 8 degrees for that one. But the late models, when they've been running here, it's been 30, 40 degrees on an average Saturday. So
it's been a good track for the Shaw Motorsports team. They swept the podium here in 2024 as the first car rolls off for qualifying. First car out, Rennisville, just nearby to Sunset Speedway. The Mobile One Connell's Construction, Aurelia Metal Fabrication. Number 2, Kendra Adams.
And this will be single car qualifying. Used to the normal group qualifying efforts, but they will be single car efforts here tonight.
All the NTN Triple Crown events, single car qualifying. And Kendra Adams, first one on the clock.
All eyes will be on the Epic Racer scoreboard on the back straightaway. If you want to follow along, live time and scoring on Race Monitor will show you deeper in the field as well. 14.982, the first lap, a record for Adams. A regular for the last several years here in the Pro Late Model Division at Sunset Speedway, branching off to run full-time with the Tour this year.
Check the flag out for Kendra Adams. 14.812 will be the time of record on her second lap. And that'll bring up our next qualifier.
That is Jacob Mercer.
He's in the 81 machine out of Dundas. Cortiseptic Facility Services, Science Flooring, DuMoc Excellence in Tooling. Number 81, second generation driver.
Kid Silverback aboard the 81 machine. Made a few starts at Sunset this year. Came up for the Junior Hanley Classic back at the end of July. He's been a part-timer out of Peterborough Speedway this year. He was part-time with the Tour as well. He made some starts at Flamborough. He went out to Delaware as well. So,
hey, we raced our regular Friday night event just a couple weeks ago. They were down in Calls doing some work on the car, so figured it was a Friday. Good chance to go test what they had done. And he locks them up going into 3 and 4.
So that'll likely throw away the first lap with that bad entry into turn number 1. 15.108 for Mercer on the first lap. See what he's got here on lap number 2. If he makes that entry into turn number 3, no lockup this time. Nice and smooth down into turn number 3 off of 4. Checkered flag in the air for Mercer.
It'll be 14.906 for Mercer.
Picks up, just not enough to move up the Epic Race Race scoreboard to the top spot.
And that'll bring up our third qualifier to the NTN Bearings. Struck Energy Systems, 2-Speed Motorsports, Elevated Workplace Safety, number 71 machine from Durham. It's Corey McAllister.
2023 Sunset Speedway Superstock Track Champion aboard the 71 machine. Knows Sunset very well. See what he's got here. Talked to McAllister this afternoon. Said they were fighting some issues with that 71 car, but got a good handle of it by the end of practice. So that was the warm-up lap there. Had a bit of a slide through 3 and 4. See what he's got here on the first timed lap aboard the NTN BCA Bearings number 71 machine for McAllister. Looking good through 3 and 4 over the curve, helping that car turn just a little down in turn number 3. First time, 14.894. That'll put him second quick on the board, knocking on the door.
Pretty warm day here. I do not think we're going to see that track record fall. It is a 14.087 set by Brandon Watson back in 2018. Final lap of record turn for Corey McAllister, and he is at the top of the speed chart of the 3 cars that have taken time with a 14.802. And now we're down at the Speedway in the Wellington Systems Shaw Motorsports number 83. Winner a week ago, Dale Shaw, 2015 champ.
Actually, now have a bit of a push there. Not sure that was intentional. Just trying to get some heat in the tires, or what Dale was doing there on the part of the warm-up lap coming off of pit road.
Flag set to fly as Dale Shaw gets that 83 machine up to speed, trying to go back-to-back. He definitely doesn't want to wait 9 years between wins again, that's for sure.
No, and Shaw very busy, so he's back in action tomorrow. We're racing here at Sunset again, part of the doubleheader with this 83 late model. Comes in tonight third in APC points, comes in tomorrow second in points, 1 point back to Jordan House.
14.846, lap number 1 for Shaw, puts in P3. See if he can pick up some time. And track record a 14.087.
14.753. That'll move him top of the board. So it's interesting to see with just these 2 qualifying laps. Usually used to like 4 or 5 for group qualifying, and that lap 4 or 5 mark is when these tires really start to come in. So you've got to really try to get some heat in these tires in these warm-up laps if you're going to try to set a fast time.
Next up in the 41 machine, the Auto Serve 1, Humberview Parts Holdaway Automotive. Number 41 is Taylor Holdaway out of Aurelia.
Academy Construction Brody Enterprise also aboard the 41 machine, jumping on to help Taylor get here to the Stewart's Equipment 150 here, the former Sunset Speedway late model track champion back in 2015.
A top 5 finish in the season opener here at Sunset Speedway 2024.
Kind of, I believe, an 8th place run out at Sauble last weekend.
First lap up on the board for Taylor Holloway. His 5th quick of the 5 cars that have taken time, so definitely going to find some speed here on lap 2. We'll see if the 41 of Taylor Holdaway can find it. Checker flag in the air. And he finds enough to go to P4, but wow, Taylor Holdaway.
Yeah. Holdaway said the problem he usually has is the car's good on the short run and terrible in the long run, and that's when he gives it up. So trying something a little different, hoping to be good in the long run. Come the 150 lapper tonight, Holdaway knows Sunset very well. Past champion and ran the Junior Hanley Classic earlier this year to get some long distance racing under his belt here at Sunset.
Next up, out of Pickering, the 94 machine, the Real Landscape Plus. Langos Mill Recycling and Truck Parts, Snow City Cycle and Marine, number 94, Corey Luciano. Out of Pickering.
Luciano spending some time down across the border from the ROC late model tour through New York. Changed the car back over after a top 5 run last Saturday. They're down at Holland Speedway last Saturday night, so got the car turned around to join the APC tour here for the Stewart's Equipment 150, part of the MTN Triple Crown. First time by, that'll put him 4th quick, 14.842 for Luciano.
Got to find the 10th here on lap 2 if he wants to go to P1. Top 6 cars will go into the scramble.
14.755, but Luciano, not sure what's going on there. He might not have a left front tire left at the way he's locking up that car through this round of qualifying.
P2. And next up, the Dumas Development, Glencoe Auto Recyclerization and Roofing, number 19. Winner back at Delaware Speedway. Canada Day weekend. Took the lead from Kyle Steckley on the last lap. Brought that victory home. That is Connor Perdico in that 19 machine. 19 points coming into today. They're putting something together again with the London Children's Hospital. They raised a whole bunch of money. I believe they donated their entire prize fund from the Great Canadian Weekend in 2024 after Connor's win to that cause. So definitely a cause close to Connor's heart. They're putting something together for the Great Canadian Weekend, working on it this week. So interesting to see the details of that program for Critical. A 15.050 on lap 1. We'll see if we can pick it up here on lap 2. 14.859. So Connor Perdico now clocks in 5th. And again, the important position to watch is 6th. That is the bubble. Top 6 will get you into the scramble. Next car.
That is Gord the Smoke Shepherd out of Orwell, the Fox's Bakery and Deli, Highway 400 transmission, Paragon Offset Insulation, Shellswell Racing, number 10 machine. Shepherd, a 4-time Sunset Speedway late model champion. Been campaigning this car part-time this year here at Sunset. This is a Hamke chassis done by Junior Hanley, his old limited late model. So a full perimeter chassis underneath the tent of Gord Shepherd. Shepherd, seeing if he can make it work here, as that team has been trying some different stuff in 2025 after some struggles the last few years here in the weekly late model division.
He's right up on the board for the 10 of Shepherd, 14.893. Good for 6 quick of the 8 cars that have taken time. So Local Shoes got to find some speed here on lap 2.
Gord had some issues in the first round of practice. Needed to push off the track. 14.891. Picks up just a little, but not enough to crack the top 5 of the speed chart.
Here at Sunset Speedway in the Burns Workwear, number 72 from Guelph, it's Junior Farley.
Farley, the only driver in the history to have a win in the All-Star Late Model Tour as well as the APC Series.
Been at it a while. This is sponsored by Onyx Tube and Hose. Farley is a tough competitor. Comes in tonight 7th in points. He's had the Super Modified out to play a few times this year as well.
And he's busy. It's the Oswego Classic weekend, so he was out at Oswego last night, here at Sunset today, and back to Oswego tomorrow. Very busy weekend for Farley and a lot of kilometers put on the truck getting to and from.
Lap 1 up on the board, 14.897. Lap 1 for Junior Farley puts him 8 of 9 cars that have timed in.
Big jump up to third quick, 14.778 on that second lap.
Step on the Speedway in the SDR seating, number 74 from Dundas. It's Eric Della Riva. Podium and finish here at Sunset in the season opener 2024.
Della Riva campaigned weekly here at Sunset through the first part of the season before stepping away for a little bit. So a lot of laps at Sunset this year. Got it with that 74 car. His Dayco 100 didn't go as planned. Ended up going off on the business end of the B&B towing hook back in May. Hoping to do better here tonight. He is the driver of the number 74 machine.
He's on the clock right now. Other sponsors include AJ&J Furniture, Rick's Towing and Recovery Hamilton, Jay's Automotive. Like flag in the air for Della Riva. He is 9th of the 10 cars that have taken time, a 13.900. So he's got to find about a 10th and a half if he wants to climb to P1. Clocking in and wrapping up his run. Doesn't get any quicker. Della Riva will stay 9th quick.
I think, but the only driver to slow down on lap number 2 is Della Riva, looking at race monitor right now.
Next up onto the Speedway in the Elite Property Maintenance, the Bruce Restaurant in King Garden, number 78. 2020 APC champ Joe Lawrence. Part of a big night at Delaware Speedway last night. It was the Dave Lawrence Memorial Evening in honor of Joe's dad, Dave, who passed away a number of years ago. Both Joe and Chris were in action in bone stocks, and then Joe was also in action in a super stock last night. Trading in that steering wheel for a late model ride here this evening.
So Lawrence's first time lap now coming across the line. See what he's got on the Epic Race for a scoreboard.
Goes quick so far for Joe Lawrence.
14.786, not far off. See if he can pick up here on lap number 2. If he can do what the majority has done, he might take the top spot away from Dale Shaw.
And he's a 2020 champ
and he'll
P1.
do so. 14.687, a big pickup over lap number 1. Almost a full 10th there to take the top spot of the Epic Race for a scoreboard.
Got Lucas Getz turning the wrenches down there. The youngster's got that car fast tonight. Now down to the Speedway, the 52 machine, the Raptor Filter. Pride Seeds, Vibrant Farms. Sheridan Racing in Performance 52 out of Mount Bridges. It's Jake the Snake Sheridan. Sheridan was a major championship contender. He finds himself 15 points back following a 10th place finish last week at Sauble Speedway. So not the result the driver of the 52 was looking for. Had a chance to talk to his dad, Ron Sheridan, earlier tonight. Pretty confident, and but they had a pretty decent piece here this evening. We'll see what the
I'll say so.
can
Top
do.
of the board right there. 14.572 for Sheridan, wasting no time on lap number 1. That's going to leave room for improvement here on lap number 2. See what he's got coming across the line in his final qualifying lap. 14.526 sets the bar even lower. Does the driver of the Raptor Filters 52 machine.
Special guest joining us in the booth now, the Adam Ross in the house.
Oh, it's good to be here. Great day of racing already. We're in for a great night of racing.
Now down to the Speedway. Next up in qualifying, the 89C. It's the Tri-County Sandblasting London Recreational Racing. The 89C, Sean Chenoweth out of Drumbo. Adam?
Driver getting set to do the most laps tonight. 220 on the docket for Chenoweth. I guess 225 if you include qualifying.
He'll be just fine. If the car's handling well, he'll be great. You could see he had his hands full there the first time around, but looking a whole lot more comfortable as the tires come up to pressure.
A busy boy already. Lots of laps in practice in both cars.
5th quick, 14.770 for Chenoweth that time by, leaving room for improvement here on lap number 2. See what he's got. The Stewart's Equipment Kubota driver doing double duty here tonight, already on the pole in the Super Stocks. Second quick with the late model 14.576. Lap number 2.
And next out onto the Speedway, making what could be his final stock car start in Ontario. The Spire Fire Protection. Stage it with style. Just foam it. Spray insulation number 18 from Orangeville, Ontario's fastest ginger, Cole Quinton. So Wednesday, Cole will be going down to become an engineer on the Joe Gibbs racing team. That is his internship from the University of Waterloo.
Now, he wants to be a little careful. He's scrubbing the tires. You could see there was a lot of excess fuel coming out of that overflow, which on the straightaway won't be too big a deal, but you don't want it in the corners where you're about to be driving.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of teams this afternoon before Tech and Impound in this group qualifying session doing everything they could to get every ounce of fuel into those fuel cells, shaking the cars, getting all the air out of the system to make sure they were packed up for 150 laps tonight and they didn't need to stop for fuel.
Quinton on the clock, down into 3 and 4.
See if the strategy pays off. I like the scrubbing of the tires and taking that time to focus on it, as these tires notoriously take a bit to come in. 14.742 on lap number 1, 4th quick. Strategy might be paying off here for Quinton.
Man, he's been so good this season when it comes to speed. I thought he drove the best race he has all year from Sauble last week. 6.97's going to leave him in the 4th spot, but a solid lap for Cole Quinton. They lined up by point standings for Sauble because he had a good chance of being on the pole because he had a top 6 fastest car. Had to start a little deeper in the field. I thought he drove a really mature race.
Next up on the Speedway, the 17 machine, the Canadian flat roof systems. Vinny's Mason 3, number 17 out of Chesley. That's primetime Josh Stoddy. He is your point leader coming into tonight.
And bad news for the rest of the field. Stoddy has made 3 starts at Sunset this year, undefeated in all 3, including the $5,000 to win Junior Hanley Classic, which we got 129 laps in. So Stoddy knows what it takes on the long distance with that 17 machine.
There's a winner here, season opener 2025. Also picked up a win last year here at Sunset Speedway. White flag now for Stoddy.
8th quick on lap number 1.
Needs to pick up a couple tenths, comes sweeping down into turn 3.
Checkered flag in the air for Josh Stoddy.
14.695 will jump him to 4th quick on the Epic Raceware scoreboard.
Next driver out in the 0 out of Grimsby, Ontario, the Glenn Stires Racing. Central Promotions, Schweigen Speedway 0. That's Trayton Lapsevich.
Glenn Stires racing at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park this weekend, and he looked pretty good out there. He was, I believe, turned the fastest lap he's ever run at that racetrack in qualifying this afternoon.
And then he was off to race at Brighton, if I'm not mistaken, after that.
I don't know if he was going to race Brighton or if he was coming up here.
I thought I seen a social media post about the backup car being ready after Schweigen last night.
Oh, that's right, too. That's right. He took a tough flip last night at Schweigen, end over end.
So Lapsevich, see what he's got on lap number 1. 14.758 for the 0. That'll be 8th quick for Lapsevich. Lapsevich dominated the Junior Hanley Classic here at the end of July until his shock went bad on the left front, relegated him to a 2nd place finish aboard this number 0 machine.
Check flag in the air for Trayton Lapsevich, and he goes P3 with a 14.671. So it's Sheridan, Chenoweth, Lapsevich, Joe Lawrence, Josh Stoddy, and Cole Quinton making up the top 6. And now in the 22 machine, that's Jordan House filling in for Kyle Steckley in the APC Pennzoil entry. See what Jordan House does, from a winner here at Sunset Speedway in APC action a few years ago. Working off turn 4, green flag in the air.
I kind of wonder if they just use this as a bit of a scuff session, because Steckley's going to the back anyways with the driver change, but House seems to be trying to dial this 22 car in on it, full sun down the back straightaway. See what he's got here on the first timed lap in the 22 machine.
As I said, they had been back and forth earlier on today with Steckley at CTMP, him and Jordan House. House goes 9th quick with a 14.756. Going to wrap up this effort off turn 4. Checker flag in the air, and
14.692 for 5th quick on the speed chart.
Next up, inaugural winner of the APC Tour, and Zancor, sponsor number 48 out of Stayner. It's the bully, Dwayne Baker. Nisco Redline also on that number 48 machine. Definitely good at this joint. The bully, Dwayne Baker, off 4, green flag in the air, and he is now on the clock.
Baker's last start with his 48 car here at Sunset was a top 5 run at the Junior Hanley Classic. That car showed some signs late in the going, but Mother Nature cut that race short, so we'll see what Baker's got here with no threat of weather here today.
About a 1/10 of a second off of what the fast cars have been running on their first lap.
Baker with the Junior Hanley built chassis. He's got Junior down at the pit area. Turn of the wrenches on the 48 machine. Baker and team were looking for a bit of a miss in the engine this afternoon. Sounded like it was a full son there.
10th quick with a 14.765, so he goes a little faster. Gets himself inside the top 10, and now 5th place runner in points out of Dorchester. The Canusa APC Randy Muscle sponsor number 3. Castrol on the TV panel. That's Shea Gemmell.
You know, I actually wondered if it was a glitch in timing and scoring when I looked earlier and saw who was fastest. But looking down on pit road, I see he must have been. Good for him.
30 car, Ray Morno was really happy after practice. All smiles. I guess when you win practice, you got to be happy, right?
Well, especially, you know, Ray Morno's been cutting his teeth for the last couple of seasons, but these tracks are not Delaware Speedway. That's home for him.
White flag in the air. Lap number 1 up on the board for the 3 of Shane Gemmell. 12th quick with a 14.792. Got to find some speed here on lap 2.
Come on, one of those points contenders. 21 points back of your leader, Josh Stoddy, coming into the night.
Top 5, P5 for Shea Gemmell, a 14.691.
That is going to lock him into the invert, too.
And then there was one.
And the Liuna sponsor, number 30 machine out of Windsor, Ray Morno, 2-time Delaware Speedway champ. Gallagher Insurance on with Orange Rock Development and East Elgin Concrete Forming. Also on that 30 machine. Works his way into 3 and 4. And seemed to be getting better at places like Peterborough here at Sunset and Sauble this year as he gets more experience at other tracks. He's on the clock right now. Originally cut his teeth in a stock car racing a super stock class in Mount Clemens, Michigan, before he started to turn his attention to Ontario because, quite frankly, it's not far from his house.
No, exactly. These tracks are quite a long ways from Windsor.
White flag in the air for Morno. First lap for the 30 machine. It's not very impressive with a 14.820. We'll see if he can find some speed. And he finds a bit. 14.718 puts him 9th quick. But our Epic Racewear Pole Award winner, there he is, Jake the Snake, in the Pride Seeds Raptor Filters number 52.
I'm going to jump in right now. Jake Sheridan, another Epic Racewear Fast Time Award winner. We'll get Dan in here with the banner as well. You picked up another one, Jake. What does that mean here today?
Yeah, it's a huge recovery from practice for us. So we were struggling pretty bad, and I don't know, maybe we had a little bit of tires to blame now looking back on it because the car was decent. We probably over-adjusted for what the situation we were feeling. So I hate that, but it worked out pretty good there for qualifying. So obviously Nicky did a great job with tire pressures, and the whole boys McCalls did a great job all week. We had a lot of work to get this thing back together to be here today. So I really enjoyed this racetrack. I have a lot of fun here and really happy to be back, and hopefully we can put together 150 clean ones. This invert makes things exciting, and lately it seems to be making it more exciting than anything. So hopefully we can keep clean through that.
Right on. Good luck to Jake Sheridan. He does 150 long ones tonight. He will get the Epic Racewear banner, and we'll be right back here from Sunset Speedway. We got a lot of action to come. Stick around.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Step into the fast lane with the Race of Champions Modified Series, only on RacingAmerica.tv. The best drivers, the wildest races, and non-stop action are here, bringing the heat to short tracks all through New York and the Northeast. From nail-biting finishes to fierce rivalries, this is modified racing at its best. Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Watch the Race of Champions family of series all year long, only on Racing America. Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordele Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
Welcome back to Sunset Speedway. I'm Adam Ross, Jamie Maudsley, Brendan Doherty hanging out. Up in the tower, Clinton Jeffrey is trackside to chase all the action down there. Man, he did a good job last week. So Sauble Speedway, quite often he watches from the infield, and that's not where it's at.
No, the pits are up in the pit area outside of 3 and 4.
That's right, and that's where the hot stuff happens. He was right in the heart of it there last weekend. So here, you make it very convenient for us because everything is on the infield. So
the other advantage is we can see where he is.
Well,
most of the time. But at Sauble, it's tough to tell where he is. Same thing if you were to work the pit road at Flamborough. I mean, you can't see it from the announce tower.
When you put pit crews on pit road, they don't move. So if there's a lot of movement on pit road one way or another, it's either a fight is broken out, or Clint is heading for a story, or both.
Usually it's Jack on the way there with Clint in tow, or depends on who sniffs it out first, I guess.
See, Clint's doing that. He's animating this down trackside, doing his stretches to be ready.
I think he's going to pull something stretching.
What a good-looking field of cars this is.
Yeah, great field of mini stocks turning up here. It is a full points night for the Sunset Speedway mini stock racers. It's a look towards Night of Champions on September 13th. Looks like we have the 16 machine. Lena Mopp picked up the heat win earlier tonight. That is Mike Thompson out of Hamilton. The Tatra Shoes, Butcher and Baker Font Hill Ford Mustang is outside the 81 machine. That's the Showman Blaze Shaw. The Golden Triangle DKI Spire Fire Protection Ford Mustang. Feature winner this year in the mini stocks, as well as the 2024 winner of the Allen Lincoln Cup here at Sunset Speedway. 80 machine, that is Coleridge Finmore, Bristol, the Canadian Tire New Market, Winging It Restaurants, Lake House Property Management, Honda CRX. 23D machine, that's Cal D'Antimo. Filling in for Jason tonight. Out of Bradford, the Sigma Pap Engineered Services, Arm Technology, Amsoil Dodge Neon. 17 machine is Andre Lusk out of Aurelia. The Aurelia Metal Fabrication, FMR Scrap Buyers, Mid-Ontario Disposal, Chevrolet Cobalt. 98 machine is Curtis Burnett. The Ford Mustang out of Aurelia, the Not Just Dogs, KC Automotive, Elite Awards Manufacturing, Ford Mustang. Then with the 12 machine, the Handle with Carapolo DJ Services, Signs Innovation, Chevrolet Cobalt, longtime Sunset Speedway campaigner out of Cookstown. That is Eric Rainey. 57 machine is Chris Inglis. The KC Racing HR Block Beaverton Bass Lake Home Improvements Ford Mustang. 34 out of Collingwood. The Straight Salmon Shop, Inger Group Roofing, Honda Civic of Shane Delzeal. 76 machine, that's the mayor of the infield, Chris Allard. 2024 Sunset Speedway Bone Stock Track Champion, the first on-scene tone recovery, South Simcoe Bassmasters, Wolf Plumbing, Honda. Then we have the 72 machine. Got close to his first feature win last week. Late race spin relegated him to a top 10 finish. Not the win he was looking for. We'll see if he can rebound here tonight. That is El Flaco Wyatt Sutcliffe out of Amaranth, the 24/7 Auto Collision Frank Cohen New Stock 1010 machine. Next in line to be his brother, Jacob Sutcliffe, 2024 Sunset Speedway Mini Stock Track Champion, a reigning points leader aboard that Ford Mustang, the McMillan Motorsports Auto Tech Service Center Ford Mustang 10 machine with the 88 of the sign. That is Bobby Yaga, Doug Butler out of Glencairn. The Highway 90 signs RSA Auto Parts, Nissan 240 SX. 83 is Cast Iron Cameron McGlashan. The Brittany Peel Century 21 LR Painting, Stat Pancake House of Cundles. Ford Mustang. 77, the B&B Racing Image.ca Honda Civic of John Bird. 06 is Chris Cunnington, the Maidens Family Auto Care Highway 400 Transmission Ride. 7 is Layla Walzer, the National Powersport Financing 2-Speed Motorsports Ford Mustang. 1 machine is Daytona Bob Finnemore for blade cutters and tarpon lumber and truss. And the 95 machine, the Gen 1 Cintas Uniform People Ride, that is Charlie Bucket, Charlie Smith aboard the Honda Civic rounding out the field. Field going to come to the white flag this time by lights to be extinguished on the McMaster Buick GMC Pace Track.
Now, Brandon, how does one become the mayor of the infield?
So Allard had spent some time not behind the wheel, and he became like the mayor down there for the Bones and the Minis. If you were the team he was helping or you weren't the team he was helping, he was jumping in.
There you go.
There was one night he was on like a Kubota UTV with a plow harness on the front of it, trying to pull someone's rear axle straight to get them back out. Like he earned that name the hard way by jumping in and it didn't matter if you were racing against him in points, his team in points, or who you were. He was jumping in to help.
I figured there had to be a story, right?
Oh, it was fantastic. You watched him up and down pit road, and Chris is a bigger fella, but he would get hustling, and he'd be the first one in there, every car on pit road, changing tires, sending bone stock guys back out with like 3 laps to go in the feature after they've been on pit road for 5 laps. Didn't matter. They got it changed, and they got you back out.
And the fun thing about working with Racing America is we've got an audience all over the place. So for those who don't know, let's also tell the Daytona Bob Finnemore story.
So I literally think the story I think he went to Daytona and bought a truck that said Daytona on it and just used that to haul his race car around here. Bob has never actually raced Daytona as far as I know. I've checked the third turn, it's not there. So it's just a nickname, but Bob's been racing here at Sunset since the mid-'80s.
Yeah, he's a fixture for sure.
Yeah,
hey, if you're a racer and you got a nickname like Daytona and you've never raced there, you're the man.
Yeah. Super Street stocks, late models, mini stocks now, Thunder cars, super stocks. He's done it all here at Sunset over the years. Has Daytona Bob Finnemore starting deep in the field in his Chevrolet Cobalt. Mike Thompson, Blaze Shaw going to lead the field of green off of turn number 4. 25 laps on the Epic Race Car scoreboard for the Sunset Speedway mini stocks, clean and green, headed towards turn number 1. Thompson with the nose out in front, off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Shaw going to try to hang to the outside quarter panel on the Spire Fire Protection Ford Mustang. Coleridge Finnemore in the Lake House Property Management CRX trying to take over the 3rd spot from D'Antimo. D'Antimo with a great run up on the high side in that Dodge Neon.
Thompson respecting that outside line, but now he's cleared Shaw. They'll be able to move up into the racing line in that 16.
Talked to Thompson this afternoon, had a great outing last time out here at Sunset until they ran out of fuel. The race went a little long and they didn't have enough fuel in the fuel cell of that Ford Mustang. Felt the car was really good and wanted to come back and give it another shot, and so far looking good at the front of the field.
The field stringing out a little bit.
Coleridge Finnemore now looking to the inside of the 81 of Blaze Shaw, side by side for second. Coleridge Finnemore on the move, still looking for his first career feature win aboard that Honda CRX. As now the sun getting low, going to create some issues for these drivers getting down into turn number 1. Some great side-by-side racing. D'Antimo now to the inside of Shaw, looking for third. Points leader Jacob Sutcliffe on the move in this 27 machine. He has caught the rear bumper of Cameron McGlashan just outside the top 5. As the 27 car trying to march forward. Doug Butler doing the same from deep in the field aboard that Nissan 240 SX.
Mike Thompson seeing exactly what he wants to. Nothing getting bigger in his rearview mirror, although in fairness, the Finnemore car looks tiny to begin with, but he is closing that gap on the race leader.
Coleridge Finnemore has gotten close a few times with that Honda CRX, but would love to park it in victory lane here tonight for his first career win. Right now, some side-by-side battles behind him, really tying up some of your heavy hitters in Jacob Sutcliffe and Doug Butler in this division, as they are 2 and 3 wide from third on back.
Yeah, nowhere to go for a lot of these competitors. Clearly with a lot of speed, they're going to come up on some slower cars and fan out 3 wide on the front stretch.
Shane Delzile down around the bottom of the racetrack in that Honda Civic. Delzile in his first season of competition, getting acquainted with the mini stunt division, does a great job down out of the way. D'Antimo through to third, but here comes Sutcliffe to the inside of Cameron McGlashan, looking for fourth now. This going on almost about a half straightaway back. Your leaders about a car length now separates Thompson and Coleridge Finnemore. Finnemore trying to get to the rear bumper of that Ford Mustang at the front of the field, but this battle for third on back is intense. Butler now on the rear bumper of Sutcliffe as they come past the 83 of Cameron McGlashan. McGlashan up on the high side of the racetrack, trying to move forward as well in that Ford Mustang. Sutcliffe through to third. Butler going to follow suit. Butler now taking a peek to the inside of the 27. These two mixed it up last time out here at Sunset Speedway. Ended up with the right front flat for the 27 of Sutcliffe. So keep your eyes on the 10 and 27. They've battled hard all year long. Working past the 7. Layla Walzer are your leaders. Thompson up on the high side. Coleridge Finnemore following through. Battle for third side by side. Butler to the inside of Sutcliffe as they come up on the lap car. Chris Inglis in the 57 machine.
Just like that, we are halfway through this 25-lap mini stock event.
13 laps in, 12 to go. Butler had a nose to the inside of Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe able to use the pick of the lap car of the 57 machine of Inglis as they got down into turn number 1. Sutcliffe able to hold on to the spot for a little bit longer, but this allows your front two to continue to pull away. Finnemore trying to find a way past. Not enough steam underneath that hood of that CRX to really make something happen yet to the 16 of Thompson.
Stacking up the slower traffic in front of them, putting a second lap or third lap on one of these cars and closing in on Daytona Bob.
Finnemore thought about maybe taking a look to the inside of the 16 of Thompson. That time off at 2. Didn't quite have the run he was looking for as they came up on the lap car of Bob Finnemore. Laps winding down, 9 to go at the line that time by. The battle for third is waging on, but it is also closing in on the front two as they work through lap traffic and lose a little bit of pace. Sutcliffe rolling the high side of the racetrack as they come up on another lap car of Finnemore.
Butler looking to the inside of Sutcliffe down into turn number 1. They'll close in on Finnemore. Bob Finnemore, that is, racing side by side, so things are going to get tight in turn 3.
Sutcliffe up the hill a little bit, but able to use the pick again and keep Butler behind him as they continue to work towards your front two and Coleridge, Finnemore, and Mike Thompson, the 80 car, the first one in line for the 27. If he can get there, it'll be 6 to go at the line this time by.
They're going to get there before the end of this one. I'm not saying Sutcliffe's going to get by anybody, but he's going to get to second before the end of this one. 6 to go.
Oh, trouble in turn 2.
He's there now.
And Chris Cunnington are facing the wrong way in the 06 machine.
This changes everything.
Yeah, don't need to run them down. They're going to be right in front of you on the restart.
Yeah, it was fun watching them all navigate traffic.
I got this, Michael. Robinson car down here, guys, and you can see it. It's got issues. Lots of fluid under. It started puking its guts here, so that'll be the end of the 95 here in this one.
Yeah, new power plant under the hood of that 95 machine for tonight.
Oh.
After a detonation back at the Allen Lincoln Cup in June. So finally got another power plant built under the hood, but that 95 car not so healthy so far.
That explains why the crew's like, shut it off, man. It's brand new.
Save what you can. That's the name of the game right now. And keep an eye on the replay. Cunnington just dove to the inside. I couldn't make out which car he dove to the bottom of, but dove in there and the lane went away from him, and he had to get on the binders. Brought that 06 car around.
Rolls away.
A good-looking field of mini stocks. This class is a lot of fun to watch, but I find, much like the bone stocks, it's just that much more fun when there's 20 plus. Get some traffic out there.
I mean, these drivers are very good. I mean, like, they were 2 and 3 wide. I mean, we had a whole pack racing in a phone booth from 3rd to about 7th for 5 or 10 laps there. It was wild. Just everyone log jam, nowhere to go, and trying to find a lane that would open up.
Doug Butler showed a lot of respect when they'd come up on the slower traffic. A couple of times he locked up the brakes to avoid making any contact. But now we're getting down towards the money laps, right? 7 laps to go.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see these two drivers. They've mixed it up this year. There was a feature win that went Sutcliffe's way, and there might have been a shot from behind, which, when you're Doug Butler, that doesn't often happen. There's usually not someone close enough to your rear bumper to be able to give you a shot to move you. So Butler and Sutcliffe, they have a very good relationship. They're very friendly off the track, but last week they mixed it up in a heat race and ended up with Sutcliffe with a right front flat after contact with Butler. So it's been some contact both ways. But, I mean, Butler is a part-timer. He is racing tonight to get clip points for Ryder White. So it's a fine balance on getting Ryder White points and costing him a whole bunch. Or swinging the pendulum the other way and being the part-timer that takes out the points leader.
Racing is little more than a ton of preparation in a game of risk versus reward. Right? Is this worth it? Is this worth it? Thankfully for us, it's normally worth it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll encourage it, 9 out of 10 times. Absolutely. Drive it in there and see if it sticks, because I'm not in the car and I'm fully entertained by what's about to happen.
It'll probably stick.
And we need you away from the catch fence down in the front straightaway there. We need you away from the fence before we can go green flag racing.
So we're under caution while we clear up a safety situation.
Oh, she was waving the finger back.
Drivers are responsible for their crew.
Oh.
Sometimes you got to have the last word.
Yeah.
She got it. She got the last word.
Got the last word, yeah.
Oh.
I
know who will for sure get the last word. And that person with the crew member of the 95 team, no points, no money being paid to the 95 due to team misconduct.
And I like that you have a special official that only visits the tower under like spectacular circumstances. No money, no points. And as quickly as they arrived, they were gone.
It's great.
And able to identify which team the perpetrator was from.
So now you're going to see something different you don't see with the mini stock division anywhere across the province. We will come to the choose next time by. So the drivers of the mini stock division, they will get to choose high or low when they come to the start-finish line.
I am lost on the scoring from outside. Where's the 95?
On pit road.
Oh, okay. That's the one that's been penalized.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mom was standing at the fence and refused to leave.
So, Clint, that might be a really fun interview. Let them know no points and money. They might not have been told yet. You'd be doing them a service.
You relay the message. Oh, they can't shoot the messenger, Clint.
So the choose high and low.
I don't know if you heard, Mike, but they just said no points or money for you because Mom was standing at the fence and wouldn't get away.
I guess that's my mom for you, but I don't know. We've had a rough year, so I'll give her a pass on that. But I think we might have used up all our good luck at Peterborough last year, winning the colors and everything else. But we got a good bullet under the hood, and we were going forward. So still running, so we'll get it fixed, and we'll be back out there.
Still go to Mom's for dinner tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. It's family.
There you go, guys.
Clint, that was your best work ever. That was the best interview Clinton Jeffrey has ever conducted.
Just the gentle delivery and everything. That was fantastic.
I still can't believe the flag person coming down to get the spectator away from the fence. That's awesome.
And hats off to a driver who knows no matter how upset you are, don't mess with Mom.
He's still going to
she
Mom
gets
for
a pass.
Yeah, Mom's getting home. He's getting to Mom's home cooking tomorrow night, no matter what.
And coming to the restart zone, Mike Thompson wasting a little time with that Ford Mustang, able to get that car wound up over Coleridge Finnemore in the Honda. But now here comes Jacob Sutcliffe to the inside of the 80 machine, already up to second. Cameron McGlashan looking back to the inside of Doug Butler for fourth as they battle side by side off of turn number 4.
Thompson's car is tight. It won't turn off the corner. He can get into the corner, into the middle, then right there.
Sutcliffe's there. Sutcliffe is coming in the 27.5 to go this time by for the minis.
Sutcliffe able to roll the bottom, really able to get that car cut off the bottom of the corner. He'll lead him back the line this time by with 5 to go on the epic race for a scoreboard. Doug Butler now knocking on the back door of the 27 machine off at turn number 2.
Lots of racing still to come, though. Thompson up the high side. Butler trying to squirt by on the bottom. Now it'll be Sutcliffe and Butler 1-2.
Sutcliffe knows Butler's there, protecting the bottom of the racetrack, not opening up that lane. Telling Doug, if you want it, there's 2 lanes to the outside of me, but I'm protecting the bottom side. Sutcliffe really trying to get that car to cut and keeps that car not normally running up to the wall. So now Butler going to move to the high side as they head to turn number 1. Maybe looking for a crossover move as Sutcliffe gets a little bit sideways off at 2.
Yeah, Sutcliffe bad loose in turn 2 the last couple laps. Looks good in turn 4, but turn 2 is a problem for that 27. So we've got 2 laps to go.
Butler just trying to take the peak to the inside, not quite able to make it work. Sutcliffe throws the car into turn number 1 at this point in time, taking up as much racetrack as he can. Butler still looking to the outside, now to the bottom into turn number 3 and 4. He's got the nose there off of 4, white flag in the air. Sutcliffe on the high side, Butler on the bottom, into turn 1 and 2. The lap car Del Zeel up the road ahead. Sutcliffe still has the nose out in front as we head into turn number 3.
Final time now. Sutcliffe on the high side, Butler down low, checkers in the air.
Sutcliffe by a nose at the line.
Thrilling finish. Sutcliffe holding on by half a car length over the 10 machine of Butler. What a way to start off the racing card here this evening.
Sutcliffe going to head to Ideal Supply, Napa Auto Parts Victory Lane. Butler for second, Coleridge Finnemore third, Wyatt Sutcliffe fourth, and Mike Thompson will hang on to a top 5 finish.
Entertaining race all the way around. Great show by the mini stocks. One simple yellow for a spin. Lead change late in the event.
Well, he will waste no time, gets the belts off, hangs up the wheel, and will jump out of here, out of this 27 car. How about it for Jake Sutcliffe, everybody? He gets it done. High fives for the crew around. We'll keep things rolling along here. Jake, quick word with you. Great run here tonight. You had him covered at the end of that one, but you came on strong. You almost let it slip away, but not to be denied.
Man, that 10 car is so fast everywhere he goes. That was a lot of fun. This guy here has taught me a ton on how to race a race car, and that was textbook what Dale Shaw would have done. So I'm just really honored to put this Auto Tech Service Center 24/7 Auto Body, McMillan Motorsports, Frank Cohn 1010 Ford Mustang in Victory Lane. Oh, man, that was a lot of fun.
Good job. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Jake Sutcliffe, everybody, gets it done here for the minis. We'll be right back live here from Sunset Speedway. We've got 2 big features to come. Don't miss a second of the action. Be right back.
Calling all race fans. We have launched a new travel site where the race fans can enjoy free savings and upgrades on all of their travel needs. RacerTravel.com is free to join and unlocks unpublished bookings and rates for our racing community. Up to 50% off on more than 1 million rooms across the U.S. and Canada with unpublished discounts on hotel bookings. Unlock a hidden selection of hotels and rates that cater to your travel preferences. Whether you're heading out to the track as a competitor, fan, or anything in between, use Racer Travel for all your race, business, and vacation travel needs.
Welcome to the home of all race fans, Racing America, live short track racing.
Looking for the green flag, and the Snowball Derby is underway.
Exclusive NASCAR Cup team content.
Enjoy competing with your teammates.
We already know. Behind the scenes access.
Great car, puts on a great show. I'm excited about it.
Claim your front row seat to watch the excitement.
Mission accomplished.
And drama.
Car lifts up in the air.
From grassroots to NASCAR. Join us at the home for race fans everywhere.
You're watching Racing America right here on Racing America.
Racing America. It's in our DNA.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Welcome back to Sunset Speedway. We just saw a great mini stock feature event, 25 laps. Up next, super stock action.
We saw a great 25 laps of mini stock action, and we got to see Clinton break the bad news to Buddy that he wasn't getting a payout tonight, but he's still going to Mom's for dinner tomorrow.
That was an epic moment. Let's be clear, we're not celebrating someone's misfortune, but we are showcasing the handling of a unique situation. That had a little of everything. Like, I went through the 7 stages of grief, I think, in that one race. But here we are, super stocks coming onto the racetrack. This is shaping up to be another great one, Brendan.
It's going to be excellent. I mean, and it's the longest distance race the super stocks will have all year long. Going to go 70 laps. I mean, most invitationals everywhere across the province is usually 50. We're going to go 70 in honor of 70 years of Stewart's equipment, 50 years of Kubota in Canada. So 70 will be the distance tonight for the Stewart Stampede for the super stocks.
I just saw Mike Schmidt. He was grinning from ear to ear like a mule with a mouthful of thistles, with that 89C on the point for this super stock race tonight.
And he probably hadn't even got ice cream yet. So
why does a mule have thistles? Wait a second. I'd like to backtrack. Tell me what. Explain your statement.
He would look happy, wouldn't he?
I can't even picture that.
All right, let's meet your starting lineup here for the Stewart Stampede 70, leading them off the 89C machine out of Drumbo. The Stewart's Equipment Kubota Canada London Recreational Racing 89C. That is Sean Chenoweth. Fast qualifier this afternoon is outside 13D. Out of Cambridge, the London Recreational Racing, Tri-County Sandblasting, Coop Wicked Chicken, Maurice's Hot Rods, WG Construction Solutions, LJP Skills Training. That is Justin Collison. Inside row number 2, the 29 machine out of North Bay, the Humvee Parts.ca, Action Utility Trailers, Redline Signs, Apparel, Central Ontario Spray Foam, Agium Group of Companies. That's the Earthshaker Paul Pepper aboard car number 29, feature winner this year here at Sunset Speedway. It is outside the 23 machine. Out of Minnesota, Presto Appliance Repair, Autotech Service Center, Auto Trim Design of Barrie, Keen Equipment Repair, Ontario Steel Sierra's Tire Depot, Barrie Frame Alignment, Fox's Bakery Deli, and Awesome Racer. That is Connor Maltese, regular here weekly at Sunset as well across the province with the Dayco Super Stock Series, a busy young man. Based out of Innisfil here, 26 machine, multi-time feature winner this year here at Sunset Speedway in the Super Stock Division, a former Bone Stock track champion, the Alcona Home Hardware Building Center, Shepherd Custom Docks, Century Masonry and Construction, Big Brian and Sons Towing, LNF, JVS Landscaping, SCT Painting, Overkill Enterprises, Nez Group, Make It Drain, Extreme Creations, Shellswell Racing, and Auto Trim Design of Barrie. It's the Dreadnought Jake Booth. 48 machine, Kurt Points leader here at Sunset, and Flying Freight 49 winner back at the start of August, the Guns Auto Service Limited. Abrams Real Estate, Simple Spray Foam Solutions, Lakeside Mobile Towers, Stewart's Equipment, Kubota, Homeland Auto Service, Toronto Installation, the Graff Family, and JDC Motorsports. That is Colton Everingham. 83 machine is Johnny Molotov. Johnny Morrison out of Barrie, the Jordan Chevrolet, WHS Automotive. Jordan Dean, Matco Tools, Freddy's Damn Good Fries, Central Automotive, and Better Days Detailing Ride. Today's outside the 65 machine, former Sunset Speedway Superstock Track champion, driver of the car, owner Dan Robb, out of Innisfil, the Epstein Associates, Barristers, and Solicitors. That is the People's Champ, Brandon Passer. Then we have the 42 machine making his first Superstock start of the season. Two-time Can-Am Midget Series champion, the Tire Depot Flamborough Machine Shop ride. That is the goal by Daniel Hahn. And the 63 machine, the BW Towing, Chase Contracting, Aramosa, San and Soda Blasting, London Property Company ride of Cole Burrows in the 63, former Sunset Speedway Superstock Rookie of the Year winner. McMaster Buick GMC Pace Truck makes the hard left to pit road. 70 laps on the Epic Racer scoreboard. Set to do battle with the Superstocks. Come to life off of turn number 4. Green flag in the air.
Jenna with the control car. He'll get out on the brake. Booth looks to go 3 wide down into 1. Thinks better of it. Tucks in line behind Paul Pepper. It's Chenoweth by half a car length into 3 and 4.
Chenoweth trying to get the nose down in front, rolling the bottom side of the racetrack, leaving lots of room for Collison up on the high side. The London Recreational Racing teammates doing battle at the front of the field. Paul Pepper looking for room to work in the HumberUParts.ca 29 machine. Top 5 breaking away from the pack just a little. Long way for the Superstocks though. We'll see what these drivers got when this one gets deep in the going. But right now, the story the spotters are telling, conservation. Keep that right rear tire underneath you and don't do anything you don't need to do early on.
Definitely a test of tire conservation for the Superstock drivers here tonight. Some of these drivers missed out on racing last Sunday as the Dayco event rained out at Sawbowl Speedway. Again, the final Dayco event. The big one for the Superstocks coming up. Great Canadian weekend. Out front, it's Chenoweth showing the way. How about Paul Pepper up into second? Battle on for third right now, down into 1 and 2. It's Jacob Booth on the bottom and Cullison on the high side.
Pepper through to second. Interesting tale of the top 3. Chenoweth, the guy who does the setup himself. Pepper's been working closely with McCall Racing Enterprises since the midpoint of the season. And Jacob Booth battling with Collison. Booth out of the Gord Shepherd's Ridge Road Racing Stable up in Oro. Now through to third.
Maltese getting racy. Cullison will close the door. A little contact there. Maltese still had his big toe in. And they beat and bang, but both keep rolling. Now Maltese again on the bottom. Cullison keeps leaving that bottom groove open. And Maltese testing the waters.
Yeah, Collison was taking that late entry and just kind of left the lane open there. Maltese was trying to take advantage while he could, but now Collison clear with a little bit of breathing room over the 23 of Maltese, but the battle at the front of the field picking up.
Paul Pepper.
Chenoweth out in front. Pepper looking high and low, looking a little bit of a crossover. Thought about maybe to try to get down to the inside, but Chenoweth doing a great job hugging the curb in that number 89 C machine.
Chenoweth, Pepper, Booth, Cullison, Maltese. Now Maltese to the inside of Cullison, down in 3 and 4. It's the London Recreational Racing number 13 on the outside. On the bottom, the 23 of Connor Maltese. Maltese will close the door, or close the deal off turn 2, put him up to P4. Meanwhile, Pepper to the inside of your leader. Chenoweth has got his hands full off of 4.
Pepper had the run off of 2, got the nose to the inside. Chenoweth up the hill, first time being challenged so far since the drop of the green flag. And it's the HumberUParts.ca 29 machine of Pepper rolling the bottom side of the racetrack. Booth looking to follow through in the 26 machine. He has caught the front 2 as well. Jenny side led him back to the line that time by.
Chenoweth, a long-time veteran stock car racer. He knows he can use up Paul Pepper here. If he can keep Paul pinched down to the inside in this battle for the lead, it's harder on Paul's brakes, harder on his tires, harder on everything, but just doesn't look like Chenoweth here in the early going had the giddy up to keep up with the 29.
Now he's got a battle with Jacob Booth in the 26. Booth on the bottom, Chenoweth up top. This is the race for second.
And they're beating and banging. These two drivers, I think, mixed up towards the tail end of last year here at Sunset in the Flying Frank 49. So two drivers very familiar with each other. And here comes Chenoweth. Might get that receipt down in the corner. A little bit of contact. Scoots the 26 up the hill. See if Chenoweth could take advantage down around the bottom.
Got him pushed up off the bottom. He's to the door now to the fender. And Chenoweth inside. Booth on the high side.
In the door.
Beating and banging. I mean, Booth's one of those old school guys. I mean, he came up to the Bonesaw division just a few years ago. But he's as tough as nails, and he just loves a good old race where you're beating and banging. And laying into each other, and Chenoweth can give it as one of the best.
Maltese in that mix as well. A couple spots behind them. Colton Everingham has picked up a spot, got around Johnny Morrison.
And here goes Maltese rolling the high side of the racetrack around Chenoweth. That's not something I suspected. I mean, I thought if you're going around Chenoweth, it'd be around the bottom, but Maltese high, wide, and handsome, making that second and third lane of the racetrack work.
He was way up there through 1 and 2.
And that's a line that Connor's father Paul runs with his Pro Late model here. And Paul always, he accounts it to the car not handling well, but he gets such a run down the straightaways. When you talk to the regulars and the kind of top points guys, Paul Maltese is hard to pass when he uses that high side and really gets that crate motor wound up. And Connor Maltese used it to perfection there to go around Chenoweth.
Maltese now up into third spot. Chenoweth back to P4. Cullison runs fifth. Everingham in sixth has now started to reel in. Justin Cullison. Seventh is Morrison. Eighth is Hahn. Ninth is Burrows. Burrows into the back of Hahn. Hahn, good job saving it. As there you see Maltese working his way down the backstretch. Car length and a half lead for third spot over the 89 of Chenoweth.
Really wonder at some of the strategy. I see Brandon Pastor rolling around the back of the pack. That 65 car was a top 5 car at the Flying Frank 49 back the month of August, but Brandon Pastor used to run a super late model, knows what it's like to conserve your tires for a deep run. I wonder if he's got to be hoping for maybe a late race caution or mid-race caution to bring the field back to him, and he's still got a lot of tire underneath him just coasting around the back of the pack as things getting dicey with Dan Hahn back there. Pepper out front, though, just continuing to manage the gap over the 26 to Booth.
And Pepper's car looks so drivable, just smooth line out there leading the way in the 29. Booth about 6-8 car lengths back of the 29 machine. Maltese, after making that march towards the front, stalled out a little bit there in the third spot, but a lot of laps left to go.
Yeah, got to wonder if Spotter, which is Mom Sue Maltese, on the radio telling Connor not to get too excited. Let's start backing the pace down and save some tires. Let those front guys go. Which you have to wonder how much Pepper and Booth out front are burning up their stuff this early in the going.
45 laps left to go here in this 70-lap feature. And so far it's been all Paul Pepper out front. Took the lead from Chenoweth early on. And Everingham keeps stomping his way towards the front now. Colton Everingham up into P5 in that Guns Auto Service entry.
And Everingham has essentially been the juggernaut of this division this year. 4 feature wins here at Sunset. Knows what it takes to get to victory lane. Picked up the win at the Flying Frank 49. So see what he can do here late in the going as he continues to push. We're not even to the halfway point yet. So a lot of time for these drivers to start working their way forward and manage their equipment still.
Colton was telling me earlier on tonight just how busy of a schedule. I didn't realize how busy the schedule was. If you got a super stock, you can race a lot more times before the end of the year. Like, there's a lot of different opportunities. So still a lot of super stock racing left to go throughout the province this summer. And Colton Everingham's going to be doing a lot of it. And right now he's having a good run here tonight, up into fifth. He has reeled in Chenoweth in the 89 seat. Chenoweth's going to move to the high side, give Everingham the bottom. And that 48 on the hunt now as he looks like he's going to claim P4 off of turn 4.
Checking the times as they come by. Pepper still second. Booth fastest car on the track that last time by. Almost a tenth quicker, so Booth maybe starting to cut into that lead now. As we work, we're just shy of the halfway point in this one. Both those drivers out front, though, still faster than the 23 Maltese and the 48 of Everingham. Trouble for Brandon Pass with the 65 car down pit road. He'll pull down away. Looks like they pulled the hood off of that car. Might have been some overheating issues.
Cool conditions to be overheating. Connor Maltese slides up the racetrack just in front of Colton Everingham, so I think the handle might be going away on that 23 of Maltese.
Yeah, Maltese up the hill, but he'll be hard to pass. He's really able to get the momentum going up that third groove. See, he doesn't even try to hang on the door of the 48 machine. he'll just use that to wind that crate motor up for a big run down the back straightaway.
And again, that 48 machine still pressing towards the front. They were really happy with that car in practice. They just kept running the same consistent lap times all throughout practice, within a tenth of each other. Colton figured this car would be good on the long run, and he is proving it right now, going after Maltese. Off of turn 4, this is the battle for the bronze medal spot. About a third of the track behind your leader, Paul Pepper.
These two drivers basically even, and Maltese even a little bit quicker that last time by up on the high side than the...
Down the front stretch, Colton Everingham to the inside of Maltese. They'll race side by side down the back chute. Just like
contact! Yeah, Everingham and Maltese banging off each other. And Maltese able to pull out front now, but he way up the speedway off turn 2. Everingham tries to battle back, and while this is going on, the 89 Sea of Chenoweth has snuck back into the picture, and here comes the 83 of Johnny Morrison.
A lot of these drivers looking for room to work, and as I mentioned, Maltese very good up on that high side of the racetrack, really able to get that car wound up. It's not something you see often here at Sunset, but once those tires wear down, and you're hard-pressed to find the grip down on the bottom, if he's got the momentum on the high side really wound up, it's very hard to pass. And they are stacked up behind him. Everingham now to the bottom again, going to try the inside. Chenoweth starting to pressure the 48 machine as well. Now Everingham gets the nose out in front, almost clears the 23 that time off the corner. Just scooted down in time. Maltese might have cut Everingham a little bit of a break there.
And now you see Chenoweth working underneath Maltese down. Oh, we got a yellow out.
Is that debris going down into turn 3 in the second groove, or no? It's just a black mark on the track.
Pavement. Not sure. Cleanup crew is rolling though, so we'll see what. See what it is. And good news for Everingham, we did get the lap complete, so we will take the lap where he was ahead of the 23 machine. So he doesn't have to try to complete that pass again. Justin Collison down pit road. Looks like going to come in for an adjustment. The 13C machine.
Had some other super stock action in the province last night. And maybe we can get hashtag Where's Nagy trending on Twitter tonight. Carson Nagy, him and his brother got into it. He said he couldn't come tonight because he's fixing the damage that his brother's caused, but they are watching in the shop. A second and third place finish for Hudson in second, Carson in third, and a big shout out, Pete Vanderwist Jr. for the first time ever going to Victory Lane in a feature in a super stock last night at Delaware Speedway. So some good super stock racing last night. Great show here tonight for the super stocks, and of course, all fleets leading to the Great Canadian Weekend super stock on September 26th.
You know, hashtag Where's Nagy, but hashtag Where's Zardo?
Lane posted this morning he had a stomach bug, wasn't feeling his best. And
well, there he is right there.
Not well enough to drive, but well enough to wrench.
He's here. So. You ask him.
I'm good. He's busy right now, though, so we'll get in there in a second. I want to know how Brendan knew that the third team was coming in for an adjustment, because there was no other problem. They had the wrenches. Did you see that Dad had the wrenches out, Brendan?
I didn't see the wrenches out, but I just seen that 13 car going backwards. He was a contender last time he was here, and definitely not what they're looking for in the car.
Lane, not feeling good today. What's the story?
Story with my stomach was I was just, I don't want to share too much live on air, but happy to be able to come down here, help my buddy Justin Collison. Was complaining about a little bit too much rear steer, so crew chief Brad Collison came in, threw a little bit of bar in it, and hopefully he can pick up some positions in the last 30 laps here.
It is a long weekend. Is it the whiskey flu?
Sorry, what's that?
I said it is a long weekend. Is it the whiskey flu?
No, I wish it was. I think it was just a little bit of food poisoning. Tried to race through it last night at Delaware, and it just wasn't a pretty sight. So just happy to be out here at Sunset Speedway supporting Stewart's equipment.
We appreciate keeping it pretty on pit road for us. Lane Zardo, everybody.
This is going to be good. We have seen Colton Everingham come from deep in the pack up to third. You got Jacob Booth in the 26 on the outside of the front row. The 29, Paul Pepper on the inside.
Well, 40 laps complete. It's a 30-lap Saturday night shootout now what the super stocks normally run. So this will be interesting to see. This is right in the wheelhouse of what these drivers do, especially when they're in a tire program. They're used to being on worn tires. So we'll see what happens here as we come to the restart zone. Pepper on the inside, Booth on the outside, both on it. Coming out of the restart zone dead even as we come across the line.
They work down into 1 and 2. Pepper on the bottom. Booth on the outside. Here comes Everingham to the inside of Maltese. Half a car length up on Booth now. Pepper squirts out front by half a car length. Pepper trying to close the deal. Not quite clear of Booth. Booth's going to drive it in deep on the outside. He's still there. And finally, Pepper will clear Booth off of turn 2. Everingham to the bottom of Booth now.
Everingham to the inside of Booth. Booth trying to fire back. Almost got the nose back to the outside quarter panel. Pepper that time off of turn number 4. Not able to get there. Side by side for second. Maltese in the 4th spot with Chenoweth beside him. Now Chenoweth is sliding line behind the 23 machine. Side-by-side battle for second. That's what Pepper wants to see. Spotter Mike Rusher on the radio telling Pepper, go, go, go. Time to distance yourself. Contact between the 26 and 48. Almost turned the 48 to the wall there.
It's probably the best move the 89 could have made was to get to the outside of Maltese. We've seen Maltese prefer to run that higher groove out of the corner. So Chenoweth trying to put him where he didn't want to run. He'll fall back to 5th now. Maltese chewing away at the inside of Booth. Everingham up into 2nd, and while Everingham was fighting with Booth, it allowed the 29 of Pepper to skate out to about a 7-car length lead here with 25 to go at the line.
And Pepper still the fastest car on the racetrack. Down in the 16.1 range. Everingham trying to run him down, but 16.407 the last time by for the 48 machine. Maltese trying to take over 3rd spot. He's got Booth to his outside on the right rear quarter panel. Booth trying to hang there, working the high side of the racetrack. Maltese down low, getting the Presto Appliance Repair 23 machine rolling through the corners. Chenoweth looking for room to work now in the Stewart's Kubota number 89C machine. Try to take a look to the inside, not able to make that happen. Thinking maybe 3 wide as he sets them up. Trying to get the run off the bottom. Maltese struggling to put the power down. That 23 car sideways off of 4, down on the bottom, up the hill a little bit, trying to take the lane away from Booth. Those two getting crossed up. Chenoweth back to the inside of Booth now. Maltese up across the nose of the 26 machine, and it will be 3 wide. Chenoweth backs out of a little bit of the slide off the corner.
Like Maltese just didn't change one lane there. He went right from the 1st groove to the 3rd groove.
And again, Maltese getting that car wound up, and you see the run he gets. He's behind the 26 when he came off of 2, but had a half a car length out in front when they came off a turn at number 4, but Booth able to clear him off at turn number 4.
I think Booth just started to push him up towards the wall there. Maltese had to bail. Now Maltese is going to have a challenge holding off the 89 of Chenoweth. And Chenoweth's going to try that Maltese line. So many different lines between Booth, Maltese, and Chenoweth trying to pick their way through the corners here late in this one with less than 20 to go.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the 8-inch tire on the Super Stock, but these drivers just able to cut and get these cars to rotate and change lanes in a manner. Chenoweth now under pressure. Here comes Johnny Morrison, the Georgian Chevrolet 83 machine. He is closed in on the 89, looking for the 5th position now. He'll pull up alongside the WHS Automotive ride. And the 83 of Johnny Morrison looking for the 5th spot from Chenoweth.
Morrison's going to try to close the deal off of turn 4. Chenoweth hanging tough in that Stewart's Kubota number 89C on the outside. Morrison will finally wheel his way around Chenoweth. Put Morrison up into P5 now. Chenoweth back to 6th. Cullison in 7th. And still nobody has anything for Paul Pepper. Thought maybe Colton Everingham did, but once Everingham got clear of traffic, yellow out. We thought it might have been over, but Grandma, put your teeth back in. We got ourselves a stock car race here with 16 laps left to go. Everingham's going to have one more crack at Paul Pepper. How much has the 29 been saving? Will we see maybe Booth or Maltese blast from the 2nd row and make a challenge?
You got to wonder, too, a bit of a heat cycle on these tires, how that's going to impact them now, given a chance to cool these tires down again. But Pepper when he turns it on, he can still get down that almost 16-1 range. Just seems to be just conserving his stuff, and when he feels the need to, he can pick up the pace and get going again.
There's our Drysdale Racing Product Speed Shot. The irony of the speed shot under caution, though. I find it amusing.
But it's a great view you don't normally get to see of that part of the back straightaway, and you can see the differences in Sunset. A bit of an arc off of 2. The Speedway, the back straightaway's got an arc to it.
Yeah, the straightaway, she just ain't straight.
She's not straight, unlike the front straightaway, which is straight. You really come up off of 4, and that wall closes much quicker. As they come to the choose this time, Pepper going to the bottom side of the racetrack, Everingham to the outside. Looks like pretty much traditional double-up format at this point. No real craziness happening. Drivers just happy to take the lane that they normally be given when we came to the choose.
So Pepper on the point. He'll be the control car. Everingham's going to have another crack at him with 16 to go. Everingham, the most winning driver here at Sunset this year in Super Stocks. Going to have another shot at Paul Pepper. 1 to go. And we will turn them loose. McMaster pace truck. We will lead Pepper and Everingham through 1 and 2. Booth Maltese in row 2. Good run for Morrison. He made a pit stop a little while ago, has blasted his way back up into a top 5 position. We'll see if they made the right adjustments to move even further forward.
Everingham trying to play the game with the lead off up on the high side. And Matt Bray, the starter with the arms in the air, that one ain't going to stand.
Colton Everingham with a little case of premature acceleration. Jumped the starter there. Jumped the start. The 29 of Pepper was the one who had to set the pace.
Leader is supposed to be the one the first out of the restart box.
You see on the 2-speed replay, Everingham just got gone.
Everingham was the first one into the restart box and out of it, which when you're second place.
But you get one freebie.
Yeah.
But he's used it now.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one freebie.
And again, this one a little closer. Pepper on the loud pedal. They'll be dead even if they come across the line. We'll let that one stand.
Heavy contact.
Sideways down into 1. Pepper going to scoot away out in front. Booth now to the inside of Everingham, working the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to get that second spot back.
Maltese trying to circle the wagons on the high side. Everingham's got to clear Booth quick and get after Pepper because the 29 machine slowly inching away a couple feet every straightaway further from this battle between Everingham and Booth. And they're not done beating and banging on each other.
Everingham now get the nose out in front, the preferred line up on the high side. Booth down low, trying to take that bottom lane away from Booth and keep him pinched down. But Booth doing a great job getting that 48 car up off the up to the walls. They beat and bang more a little bit close there off of turn number 4.
I'm no flag man, but that was a stern warning last time by to the 26 and the 48. They're still at it.
Johnny Morrison lurking in the weeds in that 83 machine, nowhere to go as the road ahead is blocked and they are 2 wide. Morrison keeps thinking about it. Maybe if he can get enough of a run, he can make it 3 wide down on the bottom. Does he want to do that though?
3 wide.
These 2 beating and banging.
What could go wrong, right? Booth on the bottom. He's going to almost clear Everingham. Now Everingham's in trouble because Morrison's to his left. So Everingham slides way up towards the wall and opens the bottom groove for Morrison up with 11 to go.
Everingham was really trying to get that lane taken away and keep Morrison behind him, but Morrison was able to get the nose in there as the 48 not quite clear the 26 when he needed to be. Now Booth driving away from the battle for 3rd. Maltese and Chenoweth side by side for 5th in the running order.
Well, this is not done between Morrison and Everingham. Morrison trying to hang Everingham up as long as he can on entry into turn 1. There again, Everingham's trying to pinch him. Morrison says no. And off turn 4, it's Everingham by half a car length, but Morrison's not done digging the 83 in the bottom.
Everingham with that great run off of 4 that last time by, down the back straightaway, even again as we head into the corner. Everingham now to get the nose out in front just a little bit up on the high side. A little bit of a wiggle from the 48 car that time. And that's going to cost him allow the 83 to pull back even. All that work, Everingham had gained up on the high side. It raced with one little wiggle, putting the power down off of turn number 4.
Paul Pepper's leading. Booth is second, but nobody's watching him. We're watching this battle between Johnny Morrison, Colton Everingham, and now the 89C of Chenoweth sneaking his nose in there. You've got Maltese in the mix as well. Here comes the 48 of Everingham. Now he's going to try the bottom of Morrison down into 3 and 4.
Everingham with the smooth.
Oh, Maltese into the back of Chenoweth.
Chenoweth with the big save, still chasing that car off of 4. But Everingham had made the smooth move in 1 and 2. Just you slid the bumper across the rear bumper cover, that 83, and just loosened them up. And got to the bottom side of the racetrack as they battle for 3rd now. Chenoweth has come away with the 5th position with Maltese a little ways back in 6th.
Great job by Maltese of letting the 89 off the hook as well. The 89C of Sean Chenoweth doing a great job of saving that bright orange Kubota Stewart's equipment machine. Running 5th right now, trying to close in on this 3rd place battle between Colton Everingham and Johnny Morrison. This has been going on for about 10 laps now between the 48 and the 83, trying to solve the bronze medal position with 3 to go at the line.
Paul Pepper out front by a country mile, almost a straightaway advantage over the 26 at Jacob Booth.
And look at Sean Chenoweth, the line he has run the last few laps to close in and make that a 3-car battle for 3rd.
Twin sticks in the air. Paul Pepper works down into 1 and 2, but look at this 3-way battle for the bronze medal position.
Chenoweth really trying to make that sweeping line to get the run off the corner and make it 3 wide on the bottom. Not able to get there quite yet. Watch him into 3 and 4. White flag in the air for Paul Pepper. One more trip around the park for the 29 machine. But all eyes are on the battle for 3rd. It's a 3-way dance between Everingham, Morrison, and Chenoweth.
Off turn 2, they'll come for the final time. Here comes Chenoweth. Is he going to make it 3 wide? Oh my! Wet hot mess into 3. Are they going to make it? They're beating, they're banging. Everingham loses out in the middle. How about Morrison grabbing the bronze medal spot up top? Chenoweth will come home 4th. Everingham in 5th. Oh, Mary, Mother of God, what a finish for 3rd spot.
I mean, I don't think those drivers knew that they were going for 3rd. That was like, they were battling like that was the win. They were just giving it all they had.
Great, hard, respectful racing for 3rd. I feel bad for Colton Everingham losing the spot. But by the same token, how about Sean Chenoweth? The fortitude to hang in there all night like that and then make the daring 3-wide move for 3rd down into turn 3. But all eyes now turn towards Victory Lane and Paul Pepper in the 29.
Well, he will get the helmet off. Jamie, try and work his way out here to talk to us in just a moment's time. This Hummerview machine looking flawless tonight. He's got the helmet and Hans device off. He will take the belts off and work his way out here into Victory Lane to have a word with us and get his picture taken by all our photographers down here. But guys, what a battle that was. With all that action out there for 3rd, Paul Pepper was gone. It works to get him out. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for driver the 29, Paul Pepper? Salutes all the fans here. We'll get him around in front for a word. Picks up $2,000 here. Paul, that's a pretty good score, right? $2,000 on a Saturday night for a race that you look like you're cruising a Dairy Queen out front there. You were so far gone.
It may have looked like that, but I can guarantee you it wasn't like that behind the wheel. I was doing everything I could not to spin the tires and save. Obviously, 70 laps is the longest race we've ever run. So just can't thank my sponsors enough. HumberviewParts.ca, SCR, AK Motorsports, Action Utility Trailers, Redline Designs for making the car look so good. Obviously, my girlfriend Gabby's here tonight, so that's good. We got a win there. And obviously, McCall Enterprises, too. You know, Paulie and I worked together all week. We swapped this car all around. We haven't been where we need to be, so can't thank Paulie and McCall's enough. And here, go drink some beers and celebrate this one.
Enjoy it. It paid off.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Paul Pepper, the winner here of the Superstock Scorcher 70. We'll be right back live here from Sunset Speedway. We've got the APC Late Models 150 coming up. Stick around.
The MyRacePass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the MyRacePass app today in Google Play and the App Store. MyRacePass, the ultimate racing resource.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Step into the fast lane with the Race of Champions Modified Series, only on RacingAmerica.tv. The best drivers, the wildest races, and non-stop action are here, bringing the heat to short tracks all through New York and the Northeast. From nail-biting finishes to fierce rivalries, this is modified racing at its best. Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Watch the Race of Champions family of series all year long, only on Racing America. Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordele Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
Welcome back to Sunset Speedway. We are down to one final event of the night, the Stewart's and Kubota 150. Paul Pepper clears out of victory lane down on the front straightaway. We're going to get the pace truck into position, and then we will line up the field in preparation to do battle for 150 laps. Remember the 150 lapper last year?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Always.
You know, why do scorers always have to ruin things with facts and things? Nathan saying it was 200 laps last year. No, it wasn't.
I don't believe him.
I remember it differently than Nathan the scorer. He says we did 150 at Sauble, 200 here, and 300 at Delaware.
Let me go to the tape.
I remember being here, and that was about it. A race happened. How many laps they went, I couldn't tell you.
We're going to refer to the Googler.
Stoddy won. I know that.
Let's have a look at the upcoming events while Jamie looks through his history on his phone. That might be exciting. Upcoming events here at Sunset Speedway, September 6th. Back to School Bash with the Pro Late Model Super Stocks, Hot Rods, Bone Stocks, Ontario Legend Cars, and the SBS Junior Late Model Series. September 13th, it's the Night of Champions, Pro Late Models, Super Stocks, Hot Rods, Mini Stocks, Bone Stocks, Junior Late Models, and Modifieds. And then September 19th and 20th, the big Velocity Weekend, Fall Velocity Day 1 on the 19th, Ontario Sportsman, Modifieds, First Timers, Mini Stocks, First Timers, Bone Stocks, the Ringer Bone Stock, High Roller Hot Rods Dash. And then on the 20th, Day 2, the Tammy O Hot Rods, Ontario Outlaw Super Late Models, the Outlaw Midgets, Junior Late Models, and Modifieds. It is going to be a jam-packed September here at Sunset Speedway. Jamie, you still looking at history?
Well, the race results from last year don't have the amount of laps on it.
And Nathan's showing me the final scoring. It says 200 at the top. It shows 200 laps. Josh Stoddy, Kyle Steckley, Danny Benedict, Joe Lawrence, and Blair Wickett, your top 5. It looks legit. I'm going to say it is.
We'll roll with it.
Sadly, you and I were both here, and we don't remember the story to tell it.
A lot of laps between then and now. Last time out was last Sunday. We were supposed to race Saturday night at Sauble Speedway for the APC Late Model Tour presented by Castrol. That got rained out to Sunday. Dale Shaw in a rain-shortened win for the first win for him in almost 9 years to the day.
Unbelievable. Wild finish, late restart. Had a great battle with he and Kyle Steckley.
And it all went down to who was leading when the yellow flew. When the skies opened up and washed everything out.
And that's where it got interesting because Kyle Steckley was leading when the yellow flew. But by APC rules, you go back to the last completed lap. And at the last completed lap, it was Dale Shaw by 1/100th of a second. There was some conversation about interpretation of that rule, but you know what? The scorers get together with the race director. It's all done with computers. They refer to the rule book. I trust them, Jamie.
I don't want their job. That's why I trust them.
But it cost Kyle Steckley some points. And that
three-point swing there.
Yep, that could bite him in the butt. 3 points in this series.
How about Dale Shaw, now a championship contender, a serious one in that 83 machine?
The inaugural champion of the APC series.
So I told the story on air last week. On my way to Sauble Beach, I was cruising through Exeter, and there was a horse trailer parked on the side of the road. And there was a horse's head sticking out of it. So as I got beside the horse trailer, it was at a light, and I stopped and I looked to the right. And I had to double take because it said Shaw Racing on the side of this horse trailer. And the font was almost the exact same as Dale Shaw's Shaw Motorsports on the side of his car. So tonight, finally had the chance to talk to Dale. I said, I told this story on air, but I got to tell you. I said, I'm driving through Exeter the other day, and there's a horse trailer. I'm on my way to Sauble. And he said, you don't have to tell me. I says, I've seen it before. He says, like, same font that we've got. And I'm like, yeah, that's the one. He says, I've seen the trailer before. So it was an omen, I guess, me on the way up there going by this trailer.
Does Shaw Racing still have a horse on the logo? Because Jason Shaw, his car always had a horse on the side of it.
There's a horse on the side of Dale's car. Well, this was Shaw Racing, not Shaw Motorsports, but there you go. Just interesting. That was my weekend last weekend, and as soon as I started to tell the story to Dale today, he's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen that before. Kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. Story well told. Jamie Maudsley has many of them. They're all entered. I've never heard you tell a bad one. I enjoy them all.
Field now rolling. There's primetime Josh Stoddy, your point leader. A lot of pressure for the 17 machine. But he was looking pretty formal in his tuxedo for Clint, his tuxedo race shirt, for his race suit for earlier on tonight for his interview with Clint. And he hasn't cracked under the pressure. Again, we were chatting. I mean, he hasn't been the point leader this late in the season ever before. We figured, he'd have to take advantage of Sauble last week being his home track. But by the same token, when I got digging at some numbers today, he's got 3 career wins. 2 of them are here at Sunset.
He's just comfortable here, and the amount of confidence that driver is racing with this season compared to previous seasons, it's a noticeable difference.
There you see Shea Gemmel, driver of the 3 machine, the Canusa APC sponsored entry. And he has been he's been at the eye of the hurricane for probably the last 3 or 4 events now.
He is the hurricane.
if there's action in this race, the 3 could be involved. There's a good chance.
And what's even more fun than that is his attitude of, yeah, all right. You want to throw down? Let's throw down. It's all good.
He's the Carson Hocevar of, if you will, of the APC Tour.
He leaves it at the racetrack.
There's Jake Sheridan, driver of the 52 machine.
Okay, where's the horse? Oh, it is there in front of the 83. I was looking back at the logo.
They brought it back last year. They did it on all the Shaw cars towards the tail end of the season last year.
See?
That just makes my story even better right there.
I'm a big fan. Growing up, I relate to the green Spira Mustang of Jason Shaw running the All-Star Tour. So,
but if I had a horse's head near the front of my car, you better believe I'm going to have something on the back of the car just for the drivers behind me.
Guys, I want to jump in here with Cole Quinton as he gets ready to head off. Cole, potentially your last late model race here in Ontario for at least a little while. Are you excited about the job? Are you nervous? Let's talk about the opportunity first, and then we'll talk about the race to come tonight.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the opportunity. You know, working with the guys at Joe Gibbs Racing is an absolute blessing. I'm just very grateful God's given me such an amazing opportunity, and I'm excited to go. You know, they're really smart guys. I'm going to learn a ton in 4 months, and I'm leaving Wednesday morning. I'm really excited to get down there.
What do you want to be when you grow up, Cole?
I don't know. I've always wanted to be a race car driver, but I'm still going to keep that hope alive, and we never know what's going to happen. But I thought as a plan B, being a crew chief wouldn't be too bad either, so we'll just see where it takes us.
How about tonight's race, 150 laps? How do you feel about that? I know you are so hungry to grab something here tonight. Is it put everything out the window and just give her?
I'm going to give her every race I give her. You know, I've got an amazing group of guys, an amazing group of sponsors. I've been lucky to have so many amazing people support me throughout the last, especially 3 years in the pro late model, and it's just, it's a blessing looking back at how many people have helped me in this journey. So hard not to get a little emotional, not knowing what the future holds, but I'm ready to just go give it like every other race and see if we can go pick one off.
Well, you've had some speed lately. Good luck, Cole. How about a hand for Cole Quinton, everybody? He's one of ours who's going down south to make it. Let's cheer him on tonight as he tries to grab this elusive win that they've been chasing for a couple seasons now.
I did have a chance to talk to Cole's mom, Shannon, earlier on this evening, and I don't know whether the tears were because his racing career is coming to a close possibly, or a hiatus, or if it's because her little baby boy's moving to North Carolina on Wednesday.
Well, come on. Baby boy's moving to North Carolina. Older brother just got married a couple of weeks ago. That'll bring tears.
Adam, I got to jump in here quickly. Connor Pritico's car was on jack stands. You might have seen it while the other teams were racing. I talked to Alex Nagy, said they had a valve stem leak. So the valve stem was leaking here on the car. And what they've had to do is they took the tire off. They were allowed to reposition the valve stem. It's the same tire back on. That is an approved adjustment. Connor does not have to go to the back, guys.
Well done. Way to chase that story down.
Did have the chance to talk to Connor for a bit last night at Delaware. He was spotting for one of the super stock drivers. He was spotting, and he had another very important chore. He was under strict instructions to get his dad home safe from the racetrack because his dad was in the VIP lounge.
Oh.
He was very impressed by his father's behavior last night. He said, I went out to the car in the parking lot. There was Dad waiting for me. Let's go home, son.
Well, that's impressive. Not all nights at the VIP area end that way.
Paul was into the water today, though. I'll tell you that.
Probably not a bad idea. Beautiful day today. Great long weekend. Thank you so much for showing up here at Sunset Speedway.
Well, guys, I got Kyle Steckley here. Kyle, you qualified second over at CTMP in the NASCAR racer tomorrow. Starting at the back tonight, you're chasing a championship. What's the game plan here in the 22?
Yeah, we're just going to be patient here. I mean, my guys got a real good handle on this car today with Jordan House, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun here coming from the back, and hopefully we can just stay patient, avoid everything, and be there at the end.
All right, good luck. Kyle Steckley will send it up to Adam, Jamie, and Brendan in the booth for the starting lineup for tonight's 150.
Let's meet the starting grid for the Stewart's and Kubota 150, rolling off 20th from Milverton, the APC Auto Parts Center's Canusa Automotive Warehousing, Pennzoil number 22, Kyle Steckley. Starting 19th from Port Hope, the Curtis Septic Facility Service signs flooring number 81, Jacob Mercer.
On the outside of row 9, starting 18th from Dundas, in the 74 SDR Seating AJ&J Furniture Machine, it's Eric Delariva. And on the inside of row 9, in the Auto Serve 1 Humberview Parts Holdaway Automotive, number 41 from Aurelia, it's Taylor Holdaway.
16th from Oro Medonti, the Richards Auto Service, Ron Pringle Electric, number 10S, Gord Shepard. 15th from Kilworth, the Domus Developments, Levens Automotive, Glencoe Recycling, H&N Roofing, 19, Connor Pritico.
On the outside of row 7, she drives the Mobile 1, Connell's Construction, Aurelia Metal Fabrication, number 2 from Innisfil, Kendra Adams. And on the inside of row 7, the NTN Bearings, 2-Speed Motorsports, number 71 from Durham, it's Corey McAllister.
Starting 12th, he's got a busy weekend this weekend. He's going to race here with us tonight. Head down to Oswego, New York to compete in the 200-lap Classic tomorrow afternoon. Starting 12th from Guelph, the Burn Workwear Epic Racewear 72, Junior Farley. Starting 11th from Stainer, the Zancor Homes Nisco National Leasing 48, Dwayne Baker.
10 starter on the outside of row 5 from Pickering. He drives the Real Landscaping Plus, Langles Metal Recycling, number 94. It's Corey Luciano. And on the inside of row 5, he drives the Gressel Excavating Dutch Boy, Wellington Systems, Shaw Motorsports 83 from Guelph. It's former series champion winner last time out, Dale Shaw.
Starting in 8th in the Leuna, number 30 from Windsor, Ray Morneau. And to his inside, starting 7th from Orangeville, the Just Foam It Stage It with Style, Spira Fire Protection 18, Cole Quinton.
Now to your top 6 on the outside of row 3. Drives the Glenn Stiers Racing, Oshwegan Speedway. Number 0 from Grimsby. Put those hands together for Trayton Lapsevich. And on the inside of row 3 in the Canadian Flat Roof Systems, Vinnie's Masonry. APC sponsor number 17 from Chesley. It's your point leader, primetime Josh Stoddy.
Starting 4th from Mount Bridges, the Raptor Filters, Pride Seeds, Vibrant Farm, Sheridan Racing and Performance, number 52, Jake Sheridan. And starting 3rd from Dorchester, the APC Auto Parts Centers, Canusa Automotive Warehousing, Miami, muscle number 3, Shay Gemmel.
And your front row, the London Recreational Racing. Route 19 Tri-County Sandblasting, Stewart's Equipment number 89C from Drumbo, it's Sean Chenoweth. And on the pole, 2020 APC champ, the Elite Racing Team Elite Property Group, the Bruce Restaurant, number 78 from London, it's Joe Lawrence. And that, folks, is your starting lineup for tonight's Stewart's Kubota 150.
A stout-looking field, tightly bunched in practice. They were tightly bunched again in qualifying, and all these drivers chomping at the bit to go racing. We're going to take a break here from Sunset Speedway. When we come back, it's time for the most famous words in motorsport.
Calling all race fans. We have launched a new travel site where the race fans can enjoy free savings and upgrades on all of their travel needs. RacerTravel.com is free to join and unlocks unpublished bookings and rates for our racing community. Up to 50% off on more than 1 million rooms across the U.S. and Canada with unpublished discounts on hotel bookings. Unlock a hidden selection of hotels and rates that cater to your travel preferences. Whether you're heading out to the track as a competitor, fan, or anything in between, use Racer Travel for all your race, business, and vacation travel needs.
Welcome to the home of all race fans, Racing America, live short track racing.
Looking for the green flag, and the Snowball Derby is underway.
Exclusive NASCAR Cup team content.
Enjoy competing with your teammates.
We already know.
Behind the scenes access.
Great car, puts on a great show. I'm excited about it.
Claim your front row seat to watch the excitement
Mission accomplished.
and drama.
Car lifts up in the air.
From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere.
You're watching Racing America right here on Racing America.
Racing America, it's in our DNA.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com. In the fast...
Welcome back to Sunset Speedway. I'm Adam Ross, Jamie Maudsley, Brendan Doherty up here in the booth, but it looks like Clinton Jeffrey has a posse down there on the front stretch.
We got everybody from Stewart's and Kubota down here. Are you guys ready? Yeah. You guys don't look ready. Are you ready? Yeah. All right. Are you fans ready? All right. Give it to us. 3, 2, 1.
Driver, start, track, engine.
All right, let's go.
Field comes to life down here on the front straightaway. Look at the experience in the front 5 rows.
A lot of Wiley veterans up there. A lot of championship contenders.
And a couple of drivers that are just here because they want the trophy for tonight.
Zero Trayton Lapsovich, that's all he's here for, is to claim some hardware. Not in the points at all. So again, that's why he is starting 6th. Our top 6 qualifiers in the usual APC format. Top 6 cars locked into the top 6 scramble. So because the Zero of Trayton Lapsovich does not run every race or hasn't run every race, and that car hasn't run every race, he will start 6th. But the rest of the top 5 cars are the top 5 cars in points inverted of those top 6 qualifiers. So you see our pole sitter, Joe Lawrence, former winner here at Sunset Speedway back in 2021. Series champ in 2020. And that Elite Property Group, Discount Auto Part Depot and Supply sponsored entry. Got to give him some confidence knowing he's been to victory lane here before at Sunset. Same thing goes with Josh Stoddy as well.
I don't think there's a lack of confidence by anybody in those first 3 rows. They know what to do. They know how to do it. It's just a matter of going out and executing on their plan as the field rolls behind the Sunset Speedway pace truck.
And also, this is a championship within a championship. This is the second round of the NTN Triple Crown. Problems with Luciano's car. The 94 not firing. So you see, that's Daryl down there directing traffic. He's just getting warmed up for Tuesday when he has to go back and keep the little whippersnappers in line at high school.
Back to work.
I love his back to school photos every year.
I'll have to check those out. So Luciano will get his spot back after being push started here on the front straightaway as long as the car fires.
And the ones to watch were pretty easy here tonight. Championship contenders. There's the first one, prime time. Josh Stoddy in that 17 Canadian Flat Roof Systems entry, 2 career wins here at Sunset Speedway, including one earlier on this year. There's the 22, Kyle Steckley, going to be starting at the back of the pack after the driver change. Jordan House qualified that car, and Steckley climbing behind the controls here now.
They are the Stewart's ones to watch for tonight. What's on the program tomorrow? We'll have to wait for Brendan to pop back in.
Racing here at Sunset.
Yeah, don't miss it. It's a 2-day weekend of racing. So come on back out. They always put on a good show here. But we appreciate you being here tonight. Everybody up to speed? Race fans, grab your hats, grab your programs, grab whatever's nearby. Give these drivers a wave. They're going to be waving back at you. This is the wave lap. These competitors about to do battle for 150 laps here at Sunset Speedway.
So it looks like, Adam, Pro 8's on the cart, hot rods. Wally Wilson and his modified will be in action. Mini stocks, bone stocks. And it looks like kids' bike races.
Wonder how far they have to race. I'm tired thinking about it. Sean Gibbs telling the field, double up. Joe Lawrence and Sean Chenoweth going to bring them to the green flag. 10 rows of 2 make up this beautiful field in the APC late models.
So again, Stoddy leading the points here tonight over Kyle Steckley and Dale Shaw. Kyle Steckley leading the NTN Triple Crown based on his win back Pacific Long Weekend at Sauble Speedway. Of course, the Triple Crown and our APC champ will all be crowned. It's 4 weeks from tonight, Delaware Speedway, September 27th. The Great Canadian 300, the 44th running, Adam, of the Great Canadian 300. That's a lot of races. That's a lot of races.
Rolling through 3 and 4. Coming to the green flag, and the Stewarts and Kubota 150. Good side-by-side start down into turn number 1. Joe Lawrence got on those rumble strips just a little bit. Sean Chenoweth in the 89C going to clear him for the lead.
And Lawrence had to fight that car off turn 2, allowed Chenoweth to squirt out front. Chenoweth coming off a great run in that super stock race earlier on tonight. Oh, Chenoweth way up the speedway. Sheridan's going to follow him, and it's like yellow out here early.
No start. Complete restart being called.
So sounds like the 89C has been used up his warning.
Have a look at this replay coming off of turn number 4. Front row has to fire together. And they pay attention to all the spots. They're looking at the final row, row number 10. 22 of Kyle Steckley, supposed to be up on the outside of row 10.
We're going to let him loose here. I think they got the 81 and the 22 situated. We'll see what Chenoweth does on the outside. He's going to have to be on his best behavior here. Here's where Lawrence can just take advantage of him. They're still neck and neck down into one. Lawrence on the bottom, Chenoweth up top. This start looks like it's going to stand as they race down into turn 3 for the first time.
Door to door through 3 and 4 go Joe Lawrence in the 78, Sean Chenoweth in the 89C. Jenner's going to get the advantage down into turn number 1. Stays up there on the high side to allow Joe Lawrence that lane. Shea Gamble looking to make it 3 wide. Jake Sheridan, does he know he's 3 wide on the high side? Doesn't matter.
Joe Lawrence let Jake Sheridan go there when he saw Gamble show up to his left side. Gamble getting aggressive here early, really going after it and quickly up into 3rd spot.
Yeah, it's not a great way to make friends on lap 2 of a 150-lap race by making it 3 wide for position, but Joe Lawrence is a consummate professional. He'll tuck that away for later on.
Lawrence got his hands full with Josh Stoddy. Stoddy on the inside. Lawrence on the outside. Stoddy made no friends at Sauble Speedway either. Connor Pritigo upset with the driver of the 17 after they made contact. Pritigo's got some work to do to catch him here tonight, though, deep in the field. Stoddy now up in the 4th. He's your point leader. Trayton Lapsevich working Joe Lawrence over for 5th.
Lapsevich and Lawrence race side by side down the backstretch. Trayton down on the inside. Joe Lawrence up on the high side. Cole Quinton just waiting to see which line's going to move forward.
Right behind Cole Quinton, you've got Shaw on the inside. The 03 of Ray Morneau up top. Great battle between that 83 and the 30 down into 3 and 4. Oh, Shaw dropped 2 wheels down onto the apron, got the car loose, and allowed the 30 to get about half a car length on him. We'll see if the 30 of Morneau can close the deal here. He will. Squeezes down in front of Shaw down in 3 and 4.
First side-by-side battles, Corey McAllister and Junior Farley. Corey McAllister down low in the NTN BCA 71. Junior Farley up high in the 72. Not going to be able to get back to the bottom. Connor Pritico fills that hole.
22 is Steckley. He's already picked up 4 spots since the get-go of this one. Finds himself on Taylor Holloway's spoiler. Oh, we got one around. Yeah, down in 1 and 2. Kendra Adams goes around in the Mobile 1 machine. She's going to try to limp it down onto the grass and out of harm's way. And that's got to be a scary feeling, looking out the left side of your car and seeing the field bearing down on you, eyes wide.
It's scarier when you see the flagman hasn't got the yellow out yet. So, but Sean, the officials got to it, called that yellow, spotters on high alert. As Kendra Adams puts that 2 machine backwards there in turn number 2. Clinton, I expect she's going to be headed your way. If for no other reason than to at least clear the grass and mud that's probably on the front of that car from having to drive through it.
There you go. She stops in her pits in turn 3 and 4. It looks like they're going to go change the left rear tire on that car.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Jamie. I thought we might have seen the left rear a bit soft as she was rolling back here to the pits. Jack wins the first race of the night, but they are going to work here on the 2.
Yeah, Jack was digging.
Jack took the long way.
All right, enough. He's got me by like 35 years, okay?
Listen, Clint, you're doing great. Keep up the good
For
work.
an old guy, right? They'll scrub some grass out of the grill here. They'll work here on this left rear. Tricky Nicky in there working on it from the Sheridan crew to make sure this one
this is not,
goes on tight.
This is not what you want either. So these drivers get 4 brand new tires to start the race. That's what you've got. Everything else down there is a, quote, emergency tire. It's got to be a used tire. You're allowed to take 4 emergency tires down there, but no new ones. So that's obviously a tire with some laps on it. Definitely has the goodie worn off.
Tech on the scene down here, Jamie, to verify it actually is a puncture, and they pointed it out here. And they will maybe give us a look at it. They're down here checking it out.
Jacob Mercer pulls the 81 down pit road.
And again, you can see the wear bar is hardly worn out on that tire at all. They weren't pitting and taking that tire off to get a tire advantage by putting something else on.
No, for sure.
So tough break for Kendra Adams. She's going to have to restart at the back of the pack, but will stay on the lead lap. And she's got lots of time to pick up some spots here tonight.
So we talked about some drivers with ruffled feelings from the last round at Sauble Speedway, but the 2 drivers that are going to start at the front have some ruffled feelings from 2 races ago at Sauble Speedway. Getting into it together, and got a little adventurous. The choose cone comes out onto the front straightaway, so let's see where everybody's going to start. More importantly, let's see if anybody hits the choose cone.
Now that's not the one with the light on it, though.
A birdie told me that one got rained out in Sauble and is still up there.
It was fancy with the blinking light on it.
Boy, Corey Luciano just picked up a couple of rows in that 94 down on the inside.
Steckley and Shepard go to the outside, as is De La Riva. And the field will get the one to go this time by. 9 laps in the books. Of the 150 that'll make up tonight's Stewart Kubota 150.
Sean Chenoweth, the 89C. Shea Gemmel in the 3. Josh Stoddy has picked up a couple of spots in this one. He runs 3rd in that 17. Jake Sheridan runs 3rd. Stoddy's starting in the 3rd spot on the inside.
Stoddy 3rd, Sheridan 4th. It'll be Chenoweth firing first out front. Gemmel trying to hang tough on the outside. Gemmel drives it in very deep to 1 and 2. Side by side with Chenoweth down into 3 and 4 on this APC restart.
Gemmel driving the car deep, slides up the racetrack. Chenoweth back in the corner up and coming out strong on the inside. They are directly side by side on the straightaways.
The 3 of Gemmel running the Connor Maltese groove. High, wide, and handsome off the corners here. Chenoweth on the bottom gets a little loose. Turnaround is fair play. Chenoweth was the one pinching guys down in the Superstock race earlier tonight. He has to let Gemmel roll out front. Chenoweth will fall into line. How about Jake Sheridan up into 3rd?
3 wide, deeper in the field. Cole Quinton down low. Joe Lawrence in the middle again, with Dale Shaw up on the high side in the 83.
I think you're going to see that 78 car come to pit road next yellow flag as they started on the pin and already back into the tail end of the top 10.
We could see him go postal here before long if they stick him 3 wide again. Jacob Burser again on pit road in that 81 machine, so tough. It's not the end of his night, but it's the end of his competitive night.
There's Ontario's fastest ginger, Cole Quinton, in the Spire Fire Protection 18 machine. On the inside of last week's winner, Dale Shaw, the Wellington Systems Shaw Motorsports entry. 15 laps in the books here at Sunset Speedway.
The challenge here at Sunset Speedway, it's very easy to race side by side, but it's because it's hard to clear somebody. But if you race side by side lap after lap, you're just using up too much rubber, generating too much heat. So it's better to get sorted out to single file.
Again, that's what Ray Morneau was saying earlier tonight. It's a really easy place to get side by side, but gosh, it's a tough place to actually clear somebody. And speaking of Morneau, he's going after your point leader down the backstretch. There's Joe Lawrence in the 78, holding off Corey Luciano. The 48, the bully Dwayne Baker in the mix as well. They are all chasing Dale Shaw in the 83. Shaw runs 8th.
Junior Farley, a former winner here at Sunset Speedway in the APC Late Model Series. He's sliding backwards right now through the field.
Leaders off turn 2. There you see point leader Josh Stoddy rounding out the top 5. Morneau in 6th and Cole Quinton 7th. They run nose to tail. All behind 4th place Trayton Lapsovich in the 0.
Kyle Steckley picking off another one, getting around Taylor Holdaway in that 41. Kendra Adams, I think she keeps locking up the rear brakes.
Mercer has come back out onto the speedway in the 81 machine. Meanwhile, the bully going to work on Luciano off turn 2. Inaugural winner here on tour, back in the series first event in 2015 here at Sunset Speedway. Oh, Dwayne Baker, and he just about put Luciano on the fence down the front stretch.
We'll see if Luciano wants to extract any payback there. Connor Pritico taking the opportunity to make a move to the inside of Corey McAllister. He's got Kyle Steckley right behind him.
There's Battle out front. Still Chenoweth holding serve over Shea Gemmel.
When did that happen?
A couple laps ago. Well, all that other, Baker was pushing Luciano up towards the fence, I believe.
Yeah, things were getting hairy through the middle of the pack. I did not see Sean Chenoweth take the lead back from Shea Gemmel.
Chenoweth looking good here tonight in that 89C. Would love to follow up that bronze medal finish from the Superstock race earlier on tonight and put a W back up here this evening. It's been a long time since he went to victory lane in an APC late model race.
Looking good right now out in front. Jake Sheridan has settled into the third spot in that 52. The zero Apsovich is fourth. Josh Stoddy back in fifth. Ray Morneau had been pouring the pressure on the 17 of Stoddy, but now the 30 seems to have drifted back and everyone just kind of running their race at the moment.
Kyle Steckley picks up another spot. He's up to 13th now as he's cleared Corey McAllister. Trying to chase down Connor Pritico through turns 1 and 2. There's Chenoweth, your leader. And the 3 of Gemmel. There's your point leader, Steckley in the APC Pennzoil machine. Looking to the inside of Connor Pritico, who's winner candidate today at Delaware Speedway.
Things are getting a little unfriendly deep in the field. Corey McAllister, Taylor Holdaway, Eric Della Riva. Gord Shepard just in front of that mix-up at the tail end of the line. And I'm about to miss another pass for the lead. Shea Gemmel pressuring the 89C is Sean Chenoweth as they work through 3 and 4.
He's putting the heat on the Drumbo driver, not London Recreational Racing number 89.
Oh! Big contact.
And we saw Chenoweth do this in the Superstock race. Glad to give that bottom up, and he will just keep you pinched down there. At the stripe, Chenoweth leads again as Gemmel continues to chew away at the bottom.
And Gemmel's actually driving in a little bit harder, but Chenoweth is running a more consistent speed through on that outside groove.
Chenoweth top side, Gemmel on the bottom. They're still side by side. It's going to be Chenoweth again leading this lap down into 1. Gemmel still to his left. What a battle side by side. Chenoweth's in the 89C. Gemmel, the Dorchester driver, in the 3 on the bottom.
35 laps into the Stewart's and Kubota 150. We've got a great battle going on for the top spot. I've got to think Sean Chenoweth is happy to keep Shea Gemmel down on the inside, using up his brakes, using up his tires. They've still got a pretty good gap back to Jake Sheridan in the 3rd spot.
I think if you're going to be side by side, you want to be the car on the outside for sure. And some great racing too. They've left each other lots of room. And Gemmel on the bottom, still Chenoweth up top.
And Sean Chenoweth, his dad Bob, had a lot of work to do this week. Had serious body damage on that 89C from Sauble Speedway. Still finished 4th, had a good run at Sauble, but got involved in a late race mix-up.
It was Gemmel. It was Gemmel at the line by .02 that time. And Gemmel will clear Chenoweth again. Important to lead the most laps here. That's worth the bonus point as well. And with Gemmel still in the thick of championship contention, that is one bonus point he would love to pick up this evening.
So Gemmel out in front once again. Sean Chenoweth keeping pace in the 89C. About a car length and a half between the top 2 runners. Jake Sheridan back there in the 3rd spot. That position uncontested for now. You've got to go deep in the field to see where things really get dicey. We got Corey McAllister in the 71 doing battle with Connor Pritico, Corey Luciano, Taylor Holdaway in the mix.
Shea Gemmel came into tonight 5th in points. There's McAllister, Holdaway, and Connor Pritico. Pritico 9th in points. Jason Luciano off turn 4 and to the stripe. And now here comes Taylor Holdaway. He's going to drive it in deep on the bottom underneath McAllister. There's De La Riva and the 72 of Farley. There's back to Holdaway on the inside. McAllister up top, and it looks like Taylor Holloway is going to close that deal into one.
Holdaway makes the pass. Corey McAllister crosses him over off of turn number 2. He'll drive it deep into the 3rd turn, and the battle continues. Roles reversed.
Field now working through 3 and 4. Again, still or off of turn 2, excuse me. Holloway with the spot now. Connor Pritico getting racy. He's got to go.
You're not missing anything at the front. Shea Gemmel's out in front by about 4 car lengths over Sean Chenoweth. So Gemmel's building a bit of a gap back to 2nd. Jake Sheridan still by himself in the 3rd spot. But things deep in the top 20 continue to evolve.
Lapsevich 4th, Stoddy 5th. Stoddy is pressuring Lapsevich for that 4th spot. Just had him a little loose off of turn 4. Now back to that battle between Connor Pritico and Corey Luciano, who's been going at it for a number of laps. It's the Dumas Development Machine, also sponsored by Glencoe Auto Wreckers and H&N Roofing. The 19 of Connor Pritico, 2-time winner on tour. Both of his wins coming at Delaware Speedway July this year, and the Great Canadian of last year.
Junior Farley just picked up a spot on Eric De La Riva. We'll see if he can close in on this battle just ahead of him.
And cool story about Connor Pritico. Last year he did a deal with the London Children's Hospital. They ended up donating their winnings from the Great Canadian to the Children's Hospital. And Connor's dad told me earlier today they got a meeting this week. They really like to put something together again with the Children's Hospital for this year. So look for some big announcements out of that Connor Pritico camp in the next couple weeks leading up to the Great Canadian.
We've got a battle brewing in the top 5. Trayton Lapsevich in the 4th spot in that 0. Josh Stoddy back in 5th. But Ray Morneau was closing in on Stoddy. Cole Quinton was closing in on Ray Morneau. Quinton to the inside of the 30, down in 3 and 4.
That battle's going on. Pritico and Luciano still side by side. Quinton's going to clear Morneau in the 30, picks up the spot. But while they were doing that, they lost a couple car lengths to the 17 of your point leader, primetime Josh Stoddy. 53 laps in the books, so we're a little over a third of the way through this one, closing in on halfway. A great double shot there as we got to see action at both ends of the speedway. The 19 of Pritico and the Luciano, looks like they've been going at it for 2 weeks here.
It's the battle that just won't end down the front straightaway. Pritico peels off the left rear corner of Luciano to drive it down to the bottom in 1 and 2. Luciano getting a good run off the corner. Taylor Holdaway is right there. And Junior Farley picking up about a half a car length a lap or so on Corey McAllister, slowly reeling in that 71.
Definitely Taylor Holdaway's best track here at Sunset Speedway. He's still got a lot of work to do here tonight as he runs all the way back in 15th, but trying to figure out how to work his way through this traffic. Now Pritico and Luciano have to get strung out as they work around the 2 of Kendra Adams. It'll be Luciano with the spot. He runs 13th, Pritico 14th, and there's Taylor Holloway in 15th. And McAllister 16th, 17th, Junior Farley. All those cars right in the same area code.
Josh Stoddy just made a pass to Trayton Lapsevich, but Lapsevich crosses him over off of turn number 4, tries to battle him back, but gives Stoddy the 4th spot in that 17.
Such a point leader needed as they keep track of where the 22 of Steckley is. Steckley up into 8th after starting tail end Charlie here tonight. He's got by Dale Shaw, has quietly moved his way up inside the top 10. And the 22, who is the NTN Triple Crown leader, he is coming.
Dwayne Baker and Joe Lawrence side by side for position. Baker going to clear that 78 off the exit of turn 2.
And, they've really been using up that 78 of Joe Lawrence since the get-go here tonight. He has been in some bad spots.
Well, it doesn't help that Dwayne Baker's sort of been clearing himself of positions and kind of sliding up to the wall before he's quite clear, but they clear out pretty quick.
Stoddy, after getting by the 0, he has started to check out, trying to reel in Jake Sheridan now.
We've got a battle at the front of the field. Shea Gemmel leads the way, but they're side by side in front of him. Gemmel had thoughts of making it 3 wide. Now they're side by side for the lead. Gemmel to the inside of Kendra Adams. Sean Chenoweth to the outside.
They go 3 wide, split Kendra Adams. Now they got to deal with Jacob Mercer. It's going to be the 3 of Gemmel on the bottom. Here comes Chenoweth. He'll tuck down into Gemmel's tire tracks, a little contact off turn 4. Here comes Chenoweth to the bottom after getting the 3 loose off 4.
And I think Chenoweth was reacting to a 3 wide situation there and sort of punted Shea Gemmel.
Yeah, as soon as he got into the back of him, he lifted, let the 3 get it straightened out. Well, you can guarantee the 3 thinks he owes him one. He's got a credit on the dash.
Look who's coming. Jake Sheridan closing that gap.
Don't count out your point leader up into 4th again. 2 of his 3 career victories coming at the 3rd Mile Sunset Speedway. Josh Stoddy. As now we go back to that battle for the lead. Gemmel on the bottom, Chenoweth up top. They've swapped it back a number of times here tonight. Both of them chasing that bonus point for leading the most laps.
Chenoweth has looked really good up on the high side. That London Recreational Racing. Shea Gemmel through grit and determination. That car's up on the rumble strips on the inside of the corners.
Oh, Chenoweth, big wobble off turn 4, way sideways. And it's going to allow Gemmel to sneak to the inside.
And that 89C is bad loose there up on the high side. Now that he's back in line, the car seems to have settled down for him.
But the 52 has come calling. Jake the Snake Sheridan in contention now. Less than 5 laps away from the halfway mark. And Jake Sheridan, that 52, up in a 3rd spot. Sheridan came into the 4th in points. Gemmel 5th. And Sean Chenoweth having a good season as well. He's at 6th in points. Again, chase the first win that for him in a long time, if he can pull it off here tonight.
It really is amazing to see how many cars are still on the lead lap. I think there's only 2 lap cars in this race right now, and they both had problems.
The leader working through 1 and 2 right now. Yeah, the 2 of Kendra Adams and the 81 of Mercer. Those are your only 2 lapped cars.
After a long green flag run. Pretty impressive. Eric De La Riva not too far in front of Shea Gemmel in the 3.
I believe the only caution was for that Kendra Adams spin early. So we've just had the 1 yellow. And our midway leader, courtesy of McCall Racing Enterprises in London, there he is. In a McCall Racing Enterprises chassis. Coincidentally enough, it's the APC Canusa. Castrol sponsor number 3, Shea Gemmel at Dorchester. And McCall Racing Enterprises halfway leader. Stewart's Kubota 150. And Holdaway now has got by Connor Pritico, but they're still stuck behind Corey Louisiana. We got a yellow.
That'll be the competition caution. The midway break, otherwise known as the Clinton 500. He will go from one end of pit road to the other.
He's stretching down there, getting loose. So the 3 of Gemmel showing the way. This will be the midway break. Now they cannot change tires. And I believe if you pit, you're going to go to the back. But you have the choice to stay out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you can stay out or you can pit. You cannot lose spots on pit road. So if 10 cars go into pit, they will let them out in the same order they went in. But they'll start
behind the cars that stayed out.
That stay out.
So you've got Gemmel's leader, Chenoweth second, Sheridan third, Stoddy fourth, Trayton Lapsovich fifth. How about the 22 from the back of the pack? Kyle Steckley all the way back up into sixth. He's got a shot here tonight. In the second half of this one, Cole Quinton runs seventh in the 18th. Eighth is the 30 of Ray Mordo. Ninth is Dale Shaw. 10th is Gord Shepard. He's had the quietest 10th place run here tonight. I don't even think we've talked about Gord.
Well, he was part of that battle with Corey Luciano and Taylor Holdaway and Corey McAllister at times.
But he never got in there. He just watched from a distance.
He got away. So the back half of this field mostly choosing to come down pit road.
Well, Joe Lawrence is the first one in here, guys, and Jamie called it earlier. We expected to see this car early on tonight. Started up on the pole, had a long way towards the back here, and they will go to work on this machine. Right behind him, Connor Pritico will pull in just in front of them, Corey McAllister in the 71. All the other cars lining up behind us in turns 1 and 2. They will wait for the big horn to fire here from Daryl. He's got it in his hand down there. And Daryl's, here it comes.
The big guy with the big horn.
He loves when you say that.
You said it, Clint.
So they will fire the horn off once everybody gets stopped and in position. Then they'll have a moment or two to get everything going.
Did you see the size of that thing, Clinton?
It's chrome, too.
That is a big horn.
With some bling.
I just got to stop before we get in trouble here, you guys. So there's the horn and the crews. Start working. They're going to go to work here. First off on the Joe Lawrence machine, start with some tire pressure adjustments. The Connor Pritico car, they're checking out the right rear of that car because remember we told you about that valve stem issue. Gas going in for McAllister. He's the only one I see down here at our end taking fuel right now. Everybody else must feel they're in good shape, guys. We'll send it up to you for a second. We'll get you a couple more stories and come back to you.
I think Daryl needs to bedazzle that horn.
Oh, that would be fabulous. Joe Lawrence, they've got jack stands out for the 78, so they're going all four corners up in the air on that 78 car for some wholesale changes.
Well, they had started on the pole and had found themselves all the way back in, 14, 15 spots. So they definitely weren't going back forward without making some wholesale adjustments to that 78. So my guess is they're going to throw the entire kitchen sink at it.
Yeah, we're going to try and talk to Joe here in a second to see what he says. Joe, what kind of adjustments are you asking for the team? It looks like the car is sliding back a bit. You've got to make some changes, right?
Yeah, just checking to see if maybe there's an oil leak. It just kind of lost rear grip there in around lap 30. So we're going to check that out. If we don't see anything there, we're just looking for some drive off here.
All right, they're here from Joe Lawrence. Possible oil leak here on the 78 guys, and they're going under. That's why they got all four jack stands up to take a good look at what could be leaking under there.
And they're working in the right rear corner of the 19 of Connor Pritico.
Yeah, a lot of adjustments going on here in the 78 car under that.
Now, Connor was telling me last night that hit that he took when he got together with Stoddy last week, there was some stuff that just got flat out ripped off that race car. It was a pretty violent impact that did quite a bit of damage. They thought they had everything back together. You see him popping a spring rubber in there right now.
Connor, what's the situation here on your car? What are you asking for?
Just a little bit more drive off right now, just a little tight center. When I'm by myself, it's pretty good. It's just when you're around a bunch of cars, it just gets really tight on the bottom. So Danny and the crew are going to make some changes, and we'll see how we do the last 75.
There you hear from Connor Pritico, guys. Just a couple of small changes here. And Danny Benedict, former runner here in this series, down here doing the work. He's overseeing the situation here for the 19 car. He'll get in there, have a word with Joe now through the window as things start to wind down here. And the crew's still hard at work here under the Lawrence 78. And McAllister's crew done.
Jamie, do you know where Danny Benedict's car wound up? That was a good piece.
Yes, it was.
It's a test because I'm going to find out as soon as he gets out of that window, Jamie.
Give me a minute.
You better do it quick. If you don't get it, Clinton's going to get the answer, and I will be disappointed in you.
I kind of got to let Danny do his thing first, though, right? You know, they only got a moment here. They're checking over here for Danny's got his hand under the left side, looking for a rub, I think, or possibly working on the spring rubber here adjustment. We'll see what he's got to say. We're going to talk to him. Danny, these guys want to know, where did your car go when you sold it?
It's a surprise. No, if you watch anything from Delaware Speedway there on Rogers TV, you would have saw it about 2 weeks ago with Joe Lawrence behind the wheel. I got a FaceTime from my buddy Johnny. All we saw was a white car with a big 54 on the roof, so we knew it was mine. But she got a new wrap on her. Hopefully they get it out again, and maybe you'll see it at the 300.
You were so competitive in this series. How hard is it to sit on the wall, or is this a job you're relishing now?
I mean, it definitely has its days. I mean, these guys make it pretty easy. I get to hang out with them. They're a good group of guys. Connor's great to work with, so you know, I enjoy these days, and it's just a different role, but definitely still get the competition.
We miss you behind the wheel, Danny.
Thank you.
Danny Benedict, former competitor here in this series, now turning wrenches for the Connor Pritico team. The big horn has gone off. That means we're ready to roll them back to the Speedway and get things going, guys. Maybe we take a quick break if Spencer wants to and come back for the second half of the 150 here.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Step into the fast lane with the Race of Champions Modified Series, only on RacingAmerica.tv. The best drivers, the wildest races, and non-stop action are here, bringing the heat to short tracks all through New York and the Northeast. From nail-biting finishes to fierce rivalries, this is modified racing at its best. Don't miss a minute of the excitement. Watch the Race of Champions family of series all year long, only on Racing America.
Welcome back to Sunset Speedway, the APC Series. Stewart's in Kubota 150. We're just completing the midway break, the competition caution, where drivers were able to go down into the pits. Nobody in the top 10 elected to do so, Jamie.
No, everybody keeping that track position.
Are you checking my math? You're checking. Gord Shepard in the 10th spot in that 10S. He is the last car that did not come down pit road.
Everybody from 11th on back did come down pit road. They will re-enter in the same position they went off in. So nobody losing spots by making a pit stop. Joe Lawrence will line up 11th. Luciano 12th. Holloway 13th, Pritico 14th, McAllister 15th. And you've got Junior Farley in 15th, 16th, De La Riva.
And I believe Dwayne Baker was penalized for taking an extra lap there to go down into the pits. So he will start at the tail end of the field.
It's been a beautiful night here at Sunset Speedway. Not a little bit chilly out there now, but not too cold.
It's fall racing, baby. It's got a different feel.
And of course, Stewart and Kubota, the big sponsor of this evening. And there it is. There's the Stewart's truck out in the parking lot on display. Stewart's equipment. Stewart's Farm Equipment since 1955, so celebrating their 70th year in business this year. They are a huge Kubota dealer, and Kubota celebrating 50 years in Canada. So cool to see the truck out on display in the parking lot here tonight. The folks at Stewart doing it, or Stewart's Equipment doing it up right here tonight.
What a huge supporter of short track racing in Ontario. Chuscone coming out and Trayton Lapsevich making an unexpected trip down pit road in that zero car.
Let's see Clinton. Well, there goes Jack. He is on it and digging.
Jacking up the left side of the Lapsevich zero.
Yeah, obviously unexpected changes here. Jeff Lapsevich finally on the scene. I believe he was helping the Steyer's NASCAR crew today back at CTMP. So an unexpected call out here for the Lapseviches, and we'll see what happens, guys. Give me a second, we'll dig into it.
All I can think is they're going under to change a battery, but I don't think they would normally take the left rear off. Like, I'm trying to think of what they might have caught after taking off for those pace laps.
Initially, I would have thought maybe a tire had gone south when they started rolling, but that would have been an easy fix.
Schoolboy teacher Gary calling here beside me, says thinks it's a drive shaft, guys. We'll wait and find out here.
Usually if it's a drive shaft, it's gone. You lose the go, you spit them out.
Unless it just started vibrating under caution real bad, yeah.
Right, and then how does Gary Calling diagnose it?
I'm standing here and he's like, he looked under.
Gary Calling knows everything about drive shafts and finger painting, okay? Right. Don't kid yourself. That's why he's a kindergarten teacher. He lives for Sandbox, okay?
Well, the right side going up as well. They're going to need all four jack stands out here, and we're back to green, guys. This is a bad break for the zero.
Now with the zero of Trayton Lapsevich wanted. Now back up front. They continue going to war. The 3 of Gemmel will squirt out front. The 52 of Sheridan now side by side with Chenoweth. The first time we've seen somebody else running up front with that duo of Gemmel and Chenoweth.
Keep in mind, Chenoweth, the handling was a problem on that 89C in his battle with the 3 of Shea Gemmel just before that midway break.
I think he could have started the 22 a lap down. It wouldn't much matter. Kyle Steckley has appeared now in the top 5. And with half a race left to go, don't sleep on that 22 as he comes into the night second in points, trying to become the first ever 3-time APC champ here in 2025.
Behind them, Cole Quinton battling with Dale Shaw as Jake Sheridan just sent that 52 down in the corner under the 17 with Josh Stott.
I think Stotty let him have it down there in 3 and 4. And now Sheridan's got to deal with the 22 of Steckley. A little contact in 1 and 2. Now down, they'll work down in 3 and 4, still side by side. And now Morneau finds himself 3 wide with Joe Lawrence and Ontario's fastest Ginger down into 1 and 2.
That time Joe Lawrence was on the outside of the 3 wide, not in the middle. And how about that 78? We only saw him lose spots in the first half of this one.
We have seen him give and give and give. It is tape time for that 78 now. Looks like whatever they have done to that car, it has really brought it to life.
The battles rage on. Jake Sheridan trying to fend off Kyle Steckley. The 52 and the 22 do battle for the 4th spot. Shea Gemmel leads by 5 car lengths over Sean Chenoweth.
Steckley comes into tonight 6 points behind Stotty. So he's got to get around Stotty if he wants to cut into this point lead.
Trouble in 3.
Kendra Adams around. Will she get going? Yellow will come out, and now she will get going. Second time that 2 car has been around this evening.
Yeah, something has been amiss on that too, unfortunately, for Kendra Adams. I thought 2 races ago at Sauble Speedway was the best race she's had all year. She was mixing it up with the pack. But Clinton Jeffrey is with a disappointed driver on pit road.
Trayton, it looks like Axel. Is that the case? What happened here with the Zero Machine for you?
Yeah, it looks like the left rear axle broke. Disappointing for sure. Really just riding there, biding our time, and thought we had a really good piece. But happens, it's racing. Big thanks to Glenn Steyer's Racing, Ace Services, all the guys that worked hard all day to make this happen. Yeah, disappointing for sure, but hopefully we'll be back.
Right on, Trayton. Thanks for your time. Obviously, guys, big race here for Trayton. This with the situation here at the Speedway, he cut his teeth here as a very young racer. So that's the situation where there was an axle, not a drive shaft. Now Corey McAllister rolls right into our neighborhood here, right in front of us, and they'll go to work on the right front of this 71 car. Quick.
If you really want to know what's going on, just go ask Gary Calling, the driveline whisperer. He'll tell you.
Where is he?
The driveline whisperer, that's good.
Gary, McAllister just poured in. What happened to his car?
Who?
Corey was just in here. They want to know what happened to his car, too.
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought you knew everything down here. I'm sorry. He said he wasn't watching. He was watching Trayton take his helmet off.
Oh, man. The team is giddy tonight.
We love Gary. So Gary got the announcer's job at Flamborough, maybe 10 years ago. And he was the announcer there for, I'm going to say, 5, 6, 7 years. Like, he had never had any formal announcing skills or formal announcing training, but just did a great job. Like, if it was all over the map, Gary Calling was putting it together at Flamborough Speedway. He used to be running through the pits. He'd get drivers to sign different helmets and stuff. He'd get stuff from Grisdale's, give it away. Just loves the sport, and he's been helping Cole Quinton here all year long, and obviously diagnosing the Lapsevich car, but he didn't have the verdict and what ailed the 71.
No, but I'll tell you, Clinton Jeffrey, what do you got going on there?
Just Corey Luciano came down here. They took a quick look under the hood. No adjustments made. Not sure what the situation was. As you know, they've had to push start this car all night. Do not have to push start it now. He can drive away. Here comes Dallariva onto pit road. Back to you, Adam, to finish your story.
So I was at CTMP this afternoon, and I was in an RV with Joel and Steve from Fuel Media Labs. And Gary Calling came up as a topic of conversation. I forget what I said about Gary. He helps me a lot at home with household improvements and that, and I think that's what Joel was getting a kick out of. But Joel turned to Steve and says, you know, Steve, Gary, Nudie. I think, was that his? Yeah, Nudie was his nickname. And I don't, Clinton, your job is find out why Gary's nickname is Nudie. We're going 1 to go. So
we're on the internet, but I don't even know if that's suitable here. We're going to find out.
Gary used to crew for Rob Neely on the CASCAR Super Series. But anytime I saw him, he had clothes on.
Bud Neely was the car owner, and there was another guy in the car named Harry who helped him out. Down into one that worked. It's going to be the 3 of Gamble on the brake. How about that 3 car? He has been strong. Would love to go to victory lane here tonight.
Jake Sheridan just had a monster restart up on the high side. Works up into that second spot. They're 3 wide for 4th.
How about Jake Sheridan? He's going to roll the top side. Dale Shaw really coming to life in that 83.
Opportunity just knocked for Dale Shaw, and he opened the door.
Going to climb into 4th spot, but he's got the 22 of Steckley working at his inside.
And remember, given the benefit of the doubt, Josh Dottie is enemy number 1. He's the point leader.
Whoa, we got a bunch of them around. All 3 cars spin in unison. Taylor Holloway, Junior Farley, and I believe the 10S of Gord Shepard, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that's who the other car was. Thank goodness, because I really wanted to know why Gary got that nickname.
Now, coming back to Neely, didn't Trevor Hamby down there, didn't he work for Neely's car as well?
I think Trevor was the crew chief for a while. Like, not just worked on the car, but our race director, Trevor Hamby.
Steve Mifsud helped him out as well. He's a lot of guys come through that Neely camp.
That's a trip down memory lane. Rob Neely went on to race TQ Midgets. and now he runs crate sprints.
Corey
on the
Luciano making a left rear adjustment down here, guys. Sorry to cut you off there, Adam. And the Holdaway crew going to work here back here on the 41 as well. They've got the jack stands out, and they're going to need a little bit more action here than they were hoping to do on this Image Wraps 41. And the left rear, it's stuffed in a bit, not too much, not going to be a problem here on the body. But they are checking something here, possibly the drive line here to see what's up. No, they're measuring the stagger here. I didn't see that the tire tape on there, so checking the stagger here on the Holdaway 41. That's not damage repair, that's just adjustments.
The Gord Shepherd 10 crew, they've got the hood up on that race car. Some instructions being barked to get something out of the pit cart.
So Trevor down there didn't hear us. We're in the same booth, but he's in race director mode down there, I believe.
He's got to focus. Well, listen, he couldn't make it to Sauble Speedway last Sunday, so Sean Gibbs, our flagman, was the race director, and I mean, Sean did a good job.
Well, and Trevor's also been telling Darryl when to blow his horn tonight.
Look at this, they've lifted up the nose here on the Gord Shepherd. He has hand in there to the air box, trying to scoop all the dirt, and you can see them kicking it away in front of the car. It's still packed down there inside the grill. They had their hand up under there, trying to scoop as much of it out here for Shepherd as he's going to pull out here in the 10.
Watch your backs, fellas. Corey Luciano, Taylor Holdaway heading off as well. Clinton, you've got one more job this yellow. Find out why Gary got the nickname Nudie. And there goes Clinton. Oh, and Jack won't be beat. Jack passes Clinton on the outside.
High, wide, and handsome. Jack gets down there first, while carrying a camera.
We found him. Gary, you've been a topic of conversation throughout this race. We got another yellow. How did you get the nickname Nudie?
Goes way back to NASCAR days. Has to do with the hotel and a really good night. That's all I can say.
That's fair. We knew it was something like that.
A really good night for
you.
Who?
Pass kindergarten for that answer.
Gary Collin got the name Nudie, and he claims it was a really good night.
Gary had a really good night, and the result of his really good night was enough for a nickname. That has to be prior to 2000. Like we're going back 25 years.
But the night he gets that nickname was a really good night for him. Was it a really good night for the people around him?
But that's Clint. I was sort of painting the same picture there as we told. We're not done this, folks. The APC season is not finished, and we're going to dive into that story a little bit more before we get to the end. Not tonight. We're done for tonight.
Eventually, we're going to get a hold of Trevor Hamby when he's not being a race director, and we're going to get to the bottom of it.
All right, it's time for the choose cone. Shea Gummel to the inside, Sheridan to the outside. Sean Chenoweth taking the outside.
Nobody picking up a lot of spots here. Everybody pretty much back and forth around the choose cone.
They were going two at a time, though. Two at a time outside, two at a time inside. Great work by our cone official.
I mean, overcoming adversity, having to work with a backup cone. I mean, it's got to be tough to bust out the new cone like 9 races or 8 races through the season.
The other cone's still at Sauble.
We have got confirmation the other cone is officially at Sauble.
For those of you scoring at home, this is our third different cone official in the last 3. Well, different than last race for sure. Shea Gummel on the inside, Jake Sheridan up high. Gummel goes up the hill to come to the restart.
Oh, and you want to talk about restart games. That was it right there. Sheridan on the high side, Gummel down low. They're racing to 3 and 4. How about Jake the Snake Sheridan? We haven't seen him put that 52 out front here tonight, but give him a bonus championship point. Make Jake the Snake the leader with 64 to go.
And that car does not look comfortable. Jake Sheridan using a lot of racetrack out there, but wrestled that car to the lead. Shea Gummel hanging on to second. And look at this battle for the third spot. Dale Shaw in the 83. Sean Chenoweth in the 89C up high.
Meanwhile, Steckley and Stoddy right behind them, nowhere to go, as the 83 and the 89 continue to run in lockstep side by side. Here comes Steckley. Is he going to push it 3 wide down into 1?
Dale Shaw gives up that inside, slides up the racetrack. He's sort of in no man's land there.
3 wide now, right behind Shaw. You've got Lawrence in the middle of the sandwich between Josh Stoddy and Morneau. They're going to go put Dale Shaw 3 wide now as Stoddy and Morneau come racing through the field side by side.
Joe Lawrence actually drove into the middle lane of one of those battles. So these drivers laying it all on the line as we've got 60 laps to go in the Stewart's and Kubota 150.
Whatever they did to that 78 car, they have really brought it to life. I think that's a pretty strong hot rod right now. He's up to 8th spot right now after restarting, I believe, 12th at the halfway break.
Other drivers moving in the right direction. Connor Pritico in the 19. Dwayne Baker in the 48.
You see the Dayco leaderboard. Jake Sheridan up top. Gemmel second. Steckley third. Chenoweth fourth. And Stoddy runs fifth. Morneau, Lawrence, Dale Shaw, Quinton, Cole Quinton and Pritico round out the top 10. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any lap traffic for a while. It's about half a track from Sheridan to the back of the pack. So clear racetrack for your leaders. Jake Sheridan has opened up a couple car lengths on Shea Gemmel right now as you see that Lawrence Shaw battle still going at it down the front stretch into one.
Fantastic battle for the 7th spot. Ray Morneau. Kendra Adams locked up, I think it was the left front. There was a lot of smoke coming off that too down into the corner.
Leaders down through 1 and 2 again. The front 3 have broken away from 4th place Sean Chenoweth, who seems to be holding up 5th place Josh Stoddy. And how about Ray Morneau, the Windsor driver in the Lyuna sponsored number 30 machine, getting lots of racing in this summer. He's been racing weekly at Delaware, full-time on the APC Tour as well, in the championship battle at Delaware, and having a solid 6th place run here tonight.
Don't look now, but Shea Gemmel, it looks to me, is closing that gap on the 52 of Sheridan. Sheridan just had a really good turn 1 and 2, opened up a little bit of daylight between himself and the 3 car. Side by side, they battle for the 4th spot as Josh Stoddy on the inside, Sean Chenoweth up high.
Under recreational racing, number 89C at Chenoweth on the high side. It's a Canadian flat roof system 17 of primetime Josh Stoddy on the bottom. And now the APC battle going on off turn 4. Gemmel on the high side, Steckley down low. Steckley comes into the night second in points. Gemmel is 5th, and Steckley will waltz on by.
Ray Morneau looking to go 3 wide on the inside. Things are bottled up behind Josh Stoddy and Sean Chenoweth. Joe Lawrence closing in to join that battle. That's our points leader, Josh Stoddy, in the midst of a heated war with Sean Chenoweth.
Stoddy again, big picture racing as well, but he figured the best way to big picture race was to win here tonight. Again, Morneau looks 3 wide. We're down into the last 50 laps of this one, so it is pucker time here at Sunset Speedway in the late goings.
Josh Stoddy clears that 89C at Chenoweth. Ray Morneau trying to do the same. Chenoweth with the position that time at the stripe. They'll continue to battle side by side down the back straightaway.
How about Morneau to the inside? So Stoddy has dispatched Chenoweth. Now Morneau going to work on the 89C. Joe Lawrence circling the waters as well. Here comes Cole Quinton. Here comes Dale Shaw. And it looks like the 89C is starting to fade just a bit.
Although, as you say that, he charges the turn 3 on the outside. Ray Morneau not able to clear the 89C at Chenoweth. Now will clear him off of turn number 2, put Ray Morneau up into the 5th spot as here comes Cole Quinton in the 18.
Quinton on the bottom, Lawrence up top. That's the race for 7th spot down through 1 and 2. 2020 Series champ, winner of 4 of 5 that year, Joe Lawrence on the high side. And how about Cole Quinton, Ontario's fastest ginger? Again, Wednesday he leaves for North Carolina to become an engineer at Joe Gibbs Racing. Could be the last late model start of his career, the 20-year-old. Having a great showing here tonight. That Spire Fire Protection. Stage it with style, just foam it, number 18.
Kyle Steckley trying to close the gap on race leader Jake Sheridan. Just got down on the rumble strips. That cost him a little bit of time there, a couple tenths of a second.
Jake Sheridan was a serious championship contender till about a week ago. 10th place finish at Sauble Speedway. Really put him behind the 8 ball. Put him 15 points back, which is 2 races to go, which is a big margin to overcome. But all you can do, Adam, is come out, try to lead the most laps, try to win the race. That's all Jake Sheridan can do. And let the chips fall where they may, and he is getting on here tonight. 40 laps left to go. He has led for a while in that 52.
And the tail end of the field is pretty quick. With 40 laps to go, I have a hard time seeing ugly traffic for the race leaders, but I think they'll get ugly enough amongst themselves as Kyle Steckley has caught the 52 with Jake Sheridan down the front straightaway.
We're back into one there. You see Sheridan and Steckley, and I think Steckley might have the stronger car at this point. He has come from the back of the pack. He raced at qualified at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park here earlier on this evening or this afternoon. It was Jordan House who qualified the car, but because of the driver change, Steckley had to go to the back, and he's looking to complete the back to front. 52 gets a little loose off the corner. Steckley now half a car length to the inside of Jake Sheridan.
Sheridan has given up that inside lane. Steckley drove to the bottom. Sheridan transitions to the high groove, and now he'll try to outrun that 22 as they close in on Kendra Adams. Kyle Steckley wisely falls back in line, knowing there's some slower traffic coming up.
And knowing that the 2 might not cut him the same break that the 52 might get cut. Just saying.
Oh, that's a good point.
So now Steckley will go back on the assault. 34 laps left to go. Still lots of time for the 22 to see if he can get to the front here tonight.
The 18 of Cole Quinton working on the 89C of Sean Chenoweth in a battle for the 6th spot. Kyle Steckley pokes to the inside off of turn 2. Couldn't make anything happen down into 3 and 4, but he's coming off the corner almost a full car width lower than race leader Jake Sheridan, and they might encounter the slower traffic. They're on the same straightaway.
Still 32 laps left to go. Mercer up next on the chopping block. Kyle Steckley looking for the lead on the bottom. Sheridan up top. Sheridan's going to give him that inside groove and tries to keep the 22 pinched down as far as he can.
Off of turn 4, Sheridan coming up the hill off the corner. Kyle Steckley not able to make that move on the front stretch. Steckley able to keep that 22 pinned right to the inside of the racetrack. It's the shorter way around, but can he get back to the throttle quick enough to complete this pass on Jake Sheridan?
And a heck of a night here for Jake Sheridan. He was the Epic Pole Fast Qualifier, 9th career Epic Pole Fast Qualifying Award for the 52. He's got, oh, contact! Steckley just drove into the side of him. Sheridan keeps the lead, but things are getting physical for the top spot.
Side by side go Shea Gemmel and Josh Stoddy racing for the 3rd position. Stoddy up on the high side in the 17. Shea Gemmel down low in the 3. Kyle Steckley is closed in on the back bumper once again of our race leader, Jake Sheridan.
Sheridan trying to do everything he can to use that lap car of Jacob Mercer as a pick to keep the 22 behind him. And again, the 22 getting physical a few laps ago into the side of the 52. Steckley wants to win this one bad. So Civic Holiday Weekend, Sauble Speedway, Kyle Steckley tied J.R. Fitzpatrick for number 2 on the overall APC feature win list. Would love to claim 2nd all by himself here this evening. Jake Sheridan, 3 career wins on tour. 1 at Delaware, a couple Sauble Speedway. Sorry, 1 at Sauble Speedway, 1 at Delaware, and 1 at Peterborough. Would love to get to Victory Lanes at Sunset Speedway for the first time in an APC race here tonight. There's the battle down through 3 and 4. You've got the two-time champ Steckley on the bottom. You've got Jake the Snake Sheridan in the 52 up top.
Kyle Steckley's going to have a tough time completing this pass on Jake Sheridan. Sheridan's very good on corner exit up on the high side, and that 52 continues to open the door, but Steckley can't get the power down to make that move.
And I would think that Jake Sheridan wants this one pretty bad, would have a pretty short wick. If we see any more contact from the 22, we'll see what happens down here in 1 and 2. Sheridan tucks in behind Luciano.
And now this slower traffic might be the best thing for our race leader, Jake Sheridan. He gets to the outside of Corey Luciano. It could take a few laps to get around all of this traffic. Eric De La Riva, Dwayne Baker, and that makes it very hard for Kyle Steckley to find an opportunity to make a move.
But at what point does the 22 come out of the corner, crank a hard left, and try to go 3 wide on the bottom?
You've seen this movie before.
We have. Kyle Steckley, he has had one taken away from him in the late going this year. It was at Delaware Speedway back the Saturday before Canada Day, where Steckley led 99 of the 100 laps and Connor Perdigo took it away at the end. We've seen Sheridan out front for about 30 laps now.
Well, how about last week at Sauble Speedway?
Going back to the last completed lap, got Dale Shaw the win. Nice move by Sheridan. He'll get to the inside of the bully. Dwayne Baker now, the 22 tries to come with him as well, but this is what the 52 ordered. Allows him to get about 3 car lengths between him and Kyle Steckley.
Yeah, that was a handful of laps that went really well for Jake Sheridan. Just the circumstances helped him protect that lead. Now he's got 15 laps to go.
And here comes your point leader, Josh Stoddy. Luciano moves over, lets him go by. Now Stoddy trying to work around De La Riva. He is about as straight away behind that front duo, but don't count out primetime Josh Stoddy in the Canadian Flat Roof Systems machine. There he is, getting by De La Riva. Now he's going to work to the inside of the bully, Dwayne Baker, off turn 4.
Well, if the leaders start to battle, you don't know what will happen for Josh Stoddy in the 17. Now he's got a clear view of the 22, Kyle Steckley, the 52, Jake Sheridan, less than half a straightaway in front of our points leader.
Can't count the number of races I've seen over the years, Adam, where the guy running third ends up being the victor at the end because first and second get together. Still 13 laps left to go, plenty of time for Kyle Steckley. Meanwhile, the 52 just trying to run perfect circles and watch those laps count down with 4 miles left to go for Jake Sheridan.
It looked as though it was only a matter of time before Kyle Steckley took the lead from Jake Sheridan. I see a different story playing out now. I see Steckley having a hard time as well, although he still rolls the center of the corner very well in the 22.
I think Jake Sheridan is good enough on the top side that even if Steckley gets to his inside, Sheridan is going to be able to hold him off. 10 to go now. This one is a long ways from over. Going to be 3 miles to go next time by. Here comes Steckley in the 22.
Josh Stoddy as well in that 17. Was 1.37 seconds back last lap. Kyle Steckley looks to the inside. Jake Sheridan closes the door.
Hey, well, all this is going on. A shout out to Ray Morneau up in the 5th spot. Great run for the Windsor driver.
Oh, again, Kyle Steckley wiggled on the inside up into the door. Jake Sheridan in the 52.
Steckley on the bottom, Sheridan up top. 8 laps to go, going to be 7 to go at the stripe this time by. Sheridan's going to go through 3 and 4, about half a lane on the bottom. He's high on exit, gives the bottom lane to Steckley, but Steckley can't pull alongside him with 7 to go now.
Stoddy getting closer and closer every lap. It's less than a second now back to the 17 is Stoddy.
This is going to be a 3-car dance before the end of this one. 6 laps left to go. Steckley half a car length behind, now even with Sheridan. Down the back stretch they work. Sheridan, oh, Steckley into the side of Sheridan again. And I'm sure the patience running, oh, again! Almost drives the 52 into the fence.
Well, Jake Sheridan was loose on the high side. Kyle Steckley loose down low. Sheridan drives it deep down into 3 and 4 on the high side, trying to keep Steckley pinned down to the bottom.
Steckley not giving Sheridan a whole lot of room up top. Steckley by half a car length, 3/4 car length. Now he clears the 52. Is the retaliation coming? Here comes the 52.
Not retaliation, but hard racing from Jake Sheridan as there's 3 laps to go.
Into 1 and 2 they work. Sheridan tucked right up onto the spoiler of that 22. It is a long ways from over. Going to be 2 to go at the stripe. They got to deal with the lap car of Kendra Adams. Off turn 4, twin sticks in the air.
Kyle Steckley heads to the outside of the 2 of Kendra Adams. She'll stay out of the way of the race leaders. Here comes Jake Sheridan to the inside.
Sheridan on the bottom, Steckley up top. Steckley by 3/4 of a car length now. Sheridan's got 1 more lap to get him. He's gonna make some contact down in 1 and 2. Here comes Sheridan to the inside. Steckley on the outside. They're gonna beat, they're gonna bang, they're gonna battle off turn 4. Sheridan runs him up high and clinches this one. Oh my, Josh Stoddy with a close 3rd place run. Sheridan your winner. Steckley 2nd. Stoddy just 2 car lengths back of the lead in 3rd.
Holy moly, what a race. Kyle Steckley, that is how late models should look at the end of a 150-lap race. Couple of little marks of hard racing, but by and large, that was good, clean, short track racing. What do you think of that Sunset Speedway?
Here comes Jake the Snake Sheridan in the Raptor Filters Pride Seeds Vibrant Farms entry. And there's the contact down in turn 2. Got Steckley all kind of out of shape. Steckley tried to crowd him down into 3 and 4, and Sheridan just drove him up the hill as he had been driven up the hill a couple laps before that.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even, it was just good,
just
hard
good racing. Yeah.
Both of those drivers really doing what you would expect them to do to try to win 150 laps. Stewart's and Kubota 150 here at Sunset Speedway.
And a couple donuts, but no bent panels.
No, you want straight panels and ruffled feelings. That's what makes a good short track race.
I just spotted Brad Graham, living legend down there.
I saw him walking around the corner.
Living legend.
Well, Clinton Jeffrey is on the scene.
What a wild race that one was, guys. You got to think, and I'm with you, Adam. It looked like Steckley. It was just a matter of time. But what a good battle back by the 52. I cannot wait to hear what all 3 of these drivers have to say. Young brother Nicky, crew chief in here. He's a dirt sprint car superstar in his own right, and talking to his brother Jake. And they will get him out here. Jake working under to get the helmet off here, and we'll get him out. It's going to be an exciting victory speech from Sheridan. Most likely they needed this one in the points desperately to keep things going. Dad Ron in there to shake hands. Let's get him out. So he will get the hat, he will get the drink, and he'll get his way. Almost out of this number 52 machine. He'll pull the Hans device off, have a cold drink of water, and here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for your winner tonight, Jake Sheridan? He'll get a hug from Kendra and a kiss too. Come on around, Jake. Jake, let's talk about the end of that race. You know, you took the lead about the halfway point. It almost looked inevitable that 22 was going to get you because you were writing an invitation for him to use that inside lane, but your car was so good on exit. And then to get down there at the end, first take us through the first half of the second half.
First of all, I'll tell everybody right now on TV that Kyle Steckley is a really great race car driver. You know, he ran me really clean, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. We rubbed a little bit side by side, and, you know, I know he doesn't want to get moved out of the way, but I know he would do the same. And, you know, these APC races, to me, are a huge deal. And I don't get to go down south all the time, and this is a huge deal for me. This is the highlight of my career, so I'm so thankful to have the opportunity. And he's a great race car driver. He get a great save there, and my only chance was to come down entry. I was so tight in the middle, and I think we did a really, really, really good job of saving the right rear the first half of the race. That's really the only chance I had at the end, and I knew I was tight. We were not very good in practice, but McCall boys, Paul Gianoli and Nicky Sheridan here, man, these guys really dug hard and gave me a piece I can compete with, and just worked out that the time we went was the time I went green till the end. So thankful for everybody here. What a great show. I don't know if this is gonna be the last race at Sunset or not, but if it is, what a one to win. And I've loved this racetrack. It's done me hard, a couple times, but I've had a lot of fun here and couldn't do it without Raptor Filters, Rabin Farms, Sprite Seeds, Reynolds Trucking, Strike Energy Systems, Connell's Construction, my McCall's Racing, my whole family. They put a lot of work into this thing, and I haven't been home a lot. I've been working on the road a lot, and they put a lot into this thing for me. So to rebound after a week like last week, it shows the perseverance, and I really appreciate everybody a lot.
Congrats, Jake. Good win.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Jake Sheridan, everybody. We'll get over here and see what Kyle Steckley has to say. Kyle, step in front of your car here. Kyle, first off, hell of a day. Second in qualifying, second here tonight. I know you wanted to win. You were in the battle all night. That's about all a race car driver can ask for other than the checkered flag, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating to put in all that work. First off, my guys and Jordan House did an absolutely amazing job today. They gave me by far the best car I've ever had here. So big shout out to Port City Race Cars, 22 Racing, and MBS Motorsports for giving me a pretty busy weekend. And then it was a lot of fun coming through the field there, and Jake was running the top good, and I was trying to race him as cleanly as I could. I felt I did that. He was doing what he had to do to stay ahead of me, and I tried to stay off him as much as I could. I felt I got around him pretty cleanly, and then his girlfriend had to block me for a couple laps, and then I got driven through. So, that's the way racing goes, and we'll take the second place ahead of Josh Dottie and move on to Delaware.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Kyle Steckley going on to CTMP tomorrow with the NASCAR crew. And Josh Dottie came in here as the point leader. Josh, I think other than a win or second, this is about as good as you could hope for. Keeping the chances alive, a great points night, a place that you won a lot, but still a good finish. Cars in one piece to head to Delaware.
Yeah, I got punted from behind on the one restart. I had to check up there, and or I would have got into Chenwith in front of me, and then I got used up 3 wide. So it is what it is. We got a shot when we go back to Delaware. It's all you can ask for this little volunteer team that we got here, and just happy to be here. Good podium finish, cars in decent shape, and hopefully we can get a little bit of luck when we go to Delaware.
All right, thanks, Josh. Josh Dottie, the point leader, came in tonight. He'll finish third. Second, Kyle Steckley, and your winner tonight, Jake Sheridan. Guys, take us home. That was one of the best APC races we've got to cover. What an amazing night here at Sunset.
That was pretty good, and I've been doing the math up here so you don't have to unofficially. I've got Josh Dottie with a 4-point edge over Kyle Steckley heading into Delaware Speedway. Jake Sheridan has unofficially retaken third in points, only 10 back, so don't count out Jake the Snake for the championship.
What a show we had here tonight. The APC late models, the super stocks, the mini stocks. On behalf of Brendan Doherty, Jamie Mozzie, and Clinton Jeffrey, I'm Adam Ross, and so long from Sunset Speedway.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GeForce TV. GeForce TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.